Heroes of Greyhawk is a game played by adults and recorded for an adult audience. Sometimes we use adult language and explore adult topics. Consider yourself warned.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Superior Adventurers Guild. My name is Dave, your humble Dungeon Master, and we're back for Heroes of Greyhawk. Our nose hairs are pruned, our teeth are flossed, our pantaloons are buttoned and pulled up to our navels. I'm kind of impressed that I was able to remember all of that stuff, and I am impressed with this group of people that I get to play Dungeons & Dragons with every week, except for when we take a week off, and I'm really sad. I was crying all week, but now we're back. Hi guys, how you doing?
Hey!
Much better now.
Hello.
Much better.
I'm no longer contagious.
Oh,
Yay.
Hey, congratulations. That is a lot of personal information, and we're happy for you. Hey, thank you so much for that massive resub. Phoenix, thank you so much. 20 months in a row. You are awesome. Phoenix has a great stream. I think we have, God, don't we have a chat command for him?
Oh, yeah.
If we don't, we definitely need to have one. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, we should.
Yep, I got one. Did it work? There you go.
Yes.
Follow Phoenix. Thanks, Techie Woman's Ghost. A hype train is happening. It must have been the nose hair. That's all I'm saying. That's the only thing that's different about tonight's stream. You guys, let's go around the table and remind ourselves, because I don't remember what we're doing, and perhaps the folks that are hanging out with us in the chat, who you are and what your fondest memory of the last session was, because I don't remember what happened. Let's go to the elder statesman, the sage, the man with the age and the beauty. Andy.
Oh, what?
Normally that would have been me.
Oh man.
Wait a second. You.
Ouch.
Switcheroo.
That's
hey,
right.
what's up, everybody? My name is Andy. Tonight I'll be playing Desmond Adelar. He is a human. He does roguelike things sometimes. And he just turned 40 against his will. And I would say that was my least favorite part of the last stream.
You missed the dirty 30s, which is really sad.
It's traumatizing.
It's a good
30,
decade.
flirty, and fabulous.
Speaking of fabulous, let's jump over to Ashley,
Hey,
non-contagious.
everybody. I'm Ashley. I no longer have COVID. Yay! And I am playing for you tonight, Xanthi, everyone's favorite golden girl, with her golden eyes and her bubbly personality. And she got scared really bad seeing that ghost, but she did not age 20 years like Des.
She made her save, which was the right thing to do. Andy, hint, hint. So let me ask you a
rolled
quick
with
question.
advantage, all right?
Yeah, I know that was really sad.
Rude.
You did. Ashley, real quick question. If Xanthi was actually a golden girl, which one would she be? And I think I know which one.
Oh, she would be Rose.
Okay, I was going to say...
Sophia?
Yeah, I was going to say Sophia.
That'd be Des.
You think so?
Maybe, but yeah, I could see that too. I could see Sophia.
You know, we can carry that conversation back into a place where we like to go after we're done playing. It's called our Discord server, everybody. See what I did there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let us know which golden girls you think.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my God. We're having a good time in Discord, as you can tell. Ashley, thank you for being here. I'm so glad that you're feeling better. And it's great to see your smiling, red-cheeked face. Let's jump over to Kirk.
Hey.
And over to Christian. What the hell's going on here tonight? Hi, Kirk.
I don't know. My favorite moment,
I like it.
My favorite moment from last game was that moment when Des became the 40-year-old virgin.
Yeah, he does kind of have a Carell sort of vibe to him, doesn't he?
Poor Des.
Oh.
Poor
All
Des.
Yeah, come on, leave Des alone now. He's got enough aches and pains as it is. Kirk, do you want to say hi, or are you good?
I said hey. But I didn't. I forgot. I forgot to mention my favorite moment. I don't know if anyone else remembers this, but it's something I talked about numerous times since our last session.
Really?
I ripped a griffin out of the sky.
That's true.
And hugged it for a while until my friends eviscerated it in my arms.
Oh, God,
And then
that's
he wanted
sad.
to eat it.
That's true.
And I'm traumatized but it's
Oh my
great.
God, you guys.
It's great.
You guys are the best. You
That
guys
feels like I just want to eat it.
There was no meat on it, guys. Let's be honest. Griffins are not, you
Got
know.
some feathers.
She just wanted
That's true.
to use the whole griffin.
Right.
You
Yep.
know, like waste not, want not.
That's right.
Yeah.
I think that's really a good way to go. Well, Kirk, I've been thinking about that moment the entire break and how much I wish that thing had ripped your throat out. But we'll talk about that later. Let's jump over now to Christian.
Hey, what's up? I'm Christian. League season. Anything else you need to know? Yeah, that was my favorite moment, but I don't mean to pick on Des. My favorite moment was when that giant spider jumped on me and sent shivers all the way into the tips of my toenail. It was not good, but you know, at least Xanthi didn't try to eat that.
That was a good moment.
Yet.
That was a good moment because I could see that you were kind of squirming a little bit. And Armin, great to see you. Thanks for being back, buddy.
I usually squirm when you're staring at me.
When I rewatched the episode in prep for tonight, when that thing was kind of like coming down from the ceiling and sort of like, that was a good moment. I could see you kind of laying your head down in fear.
It's okay. See, like now I'm immune to it because, you know, inoculation.
I think you're sweating. Okay, you guys, really glad that we're all back here. We do have a couple of quick announcements that always seem to take a long time, but guys, this is pretty fun stuff. We are, as you might expect, going to give a big shout out to our friends at CZ RPG. They have once again donated an amazing, oh gosh, you know what? That's what I forgot. Kirk, you didn't, we were going through all of the things that I might have forgot, and I forgot to put up the giveaway. So hold on, let me get that up. We're giving away the Troubled Veil, you guys. This is a one-shot location. It's really fun. This is the kind of stuff that CZRPG does. They create content for you to drop into your campaign. You can run them as one-shots. We've done a bunch of them. And if you want to win the Troubled Veil, all you have to do is type !drawing to be entered. And that's the giveaway. And I forgot to update the giveaway update. So it's not the Wilderness and Urban Encounters bundle. It is the Troubled Veil. We'll fix that in post. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
We knew you forgot something.
I know. I did too. It always happens. There's lots to do. So big shout out to CZRPG for the donation. If you guys want to check out their stuff, please go over to their Drive-Thru RPG. They've got a lot of cool stuff on that, and we love supporting them because they support us, and we appreciate that. The other thing that I want to make sure that you guys are aware of is that we're sponsored by a candy company.
Hey,
I'm not even kidding. Yeah,
Because we're
Honey and
glad for your
Sage.
tea.
We've got our very own Willy Wonka, who's tossing mad piles of cotton candy our way. I'm so excited. I have some on the way because I used SAG 3 when I checked out, guys. And I'm really excited to get my cotton candy. I got a free one. I bought 3 and I got one free. So if you guys are into cotton candy, which you all are, we know, I mean, let's be honest, check it out. Go check out their stuff. I just dropped a link. Yep, there's a link to, that one's correct. To their website. You can go talk to them and check out what they've got currently on their menu. We really appreciate Hooli and their candy company support. So thank you all for that. If you want to support the stream, please follow. If you're following already, consider a subscription. And the most important thing is just hang out with us. Be in the chat, hang out with us in the chat, have some fun. We like having fun. You can always influence the game by donating bits for advantage points, which I currently have none. I don't know where everybody's at, but
keep it that way. Let's keep it that way.
I think you got one just a minute ago.
did I? Oh,
Yeah,
thank you.
from Techie.
And I promise from the bottom of my heart that I might not use it on Desmond.
Yeah, right. I'll believe it when I see it.
What do you think about that?
We know you hate rogues.
I'm just gonna rename my character Punching Bag.
You know what? I think you're right. I have a rogue bias.
Pincushion.
Punching Bag Adelar.
Adelar's got a nice ring to it.
Des
I like
the
that.
porcupine.
Ooh, the Porcupine's kind of a cool code name. They called him the Porcupine.
The Porcupines.
What else do I have to say, guys? I think
Gang
that's
name.
it. Big shout out to you guys, the players in this game. Big shout out to the chatters, our buddies in the chat. We really appreciate you. I think we should start this game. I'm going to jump into a quick recap because I'm super jazzed and excited to do so. It's been too long since we've played. So in our last session, our ragtag party of adventurers, yet to be named, but maybe going with Mel's guys or Xanthi and friends, perhaps. We'll see. You guys spoke with Furcus, Burns' lieutenant, over at the Burns Badger's Tower. Furcus had been questioning the bandit that our heroes had apprehended on the high road, a ruffian named Anders. Anders divulged information regarding recent bandit activity at the old Moathouse Ruins, an outpost once used, as Furcus would explain, by the forces of evil to wage attacks across the Viscounty. In ruins after the villagers of Hamlet rose up to defend themselves, it has long been shunned and avoided by the locals. It's a bad place. People steer clear. With this new information in hand, you set out to continue your investigation of the abandoned farmstead, en route, perhaps, to the old Moathouse. You retraced your path along the high road and took an off-road route into the rolling grasslands and scattered outcrops in hopes of approaching the farmstead from a strategic direction. While crossing the open fields, you drew the attention of a winged creature that mistakenly viewed you as easy prey. The creature, a griffin, dove towards you and landed a massive beak attack against Norb, but Norb grappled the griffin and pulled it to the ground and gave it a big old Norb hug. It's kind of your signature move, actually. And the rest of the party swooped in to dispatch it quickly. And then Xanthi wanted to eat it. You pressed on towards the farmstead and gained a vantage atop one of the hills nearby. You were surprised to find the house and barn quiet. So you crept forward to investigate, using the landscape, vegetation, and the crumbling fence to conceal your approach. Lachlan and Xanthi investigated the barn and were surprised by a giant spider that shot a web at Lachlan, missing by mere inches before biting the cleric with its poisonous pincers. Xanthi used fire to rebuff the arachnid's attack as Lachlan moved out of the barn. Norb ran forward to aid in the fight as the spider bit his friend, and the three quickly eliminated the arachnid threat. Back in the house, Norb entered the dilapidated structure and encountered the ghostly visage of an old farmer sweeping up a mess in the kitchen, 2 spectral daggers embedded in his chest. Norb stepped out of the farmhouse. The party discussed how they might intervene with the haunting, combining their limited knowledge of ghosts and determining that perhaps the spirit needed their help passing on to another plane of existence. You began to search the farmer's remains. For the farmer's remains, Desmond peeked back inside the house while Lachlan began searching around the foundation. Then suddenly the ghost came into view, Desmond and Xanthi watching it sweep towards them. See what I did there? It looked up at them and gasped and called to them using the names Jeffrey and Samantha. Terrifying names. Mistaking Desmond and Xanthi for people it must have known in its former life, it implored them to make repairs to the wagon and feed the horses, giving thanks that they'd returned to help. You engaged with the ghost, reaffirming your helpful intentions, and the apparition continued to ask for your help. As you stood there, it almost seemed to recognize that you were not Jeffrey and Samantha. And that is when the visage of the ghost transformed from a forlorn farmer into a ghastly undead spirit with malicious intent in its dark, dead eyes. Xanthi screamed. That's your cue.
Ah!
Clutching Desmond's arm as the spirit scowled at them, fear washing past her, but fading from her resolve. She looked up at her friend, finding him overwhelmed and recoiling in fear. But worse. In place of her young, mysterious traveling partner that she'd come to know over the past few weeks was a middle-aged version of Desmond Adelar, the same man, but aged by 20 or more years, his face bearing the wrinkles of age and a shock of white hair flowing across his temple. And that, my friends, is where we will return to the scene of the farmhouse, the abandoned farmhouse, a spectral farmer floating in front of you, Xanthi and Desmond, hasn't left the threshold of the farmhouse. Lachlan, meanwhile, on the other side of the farmhouse, you hear Xanthi scream. Cue.
Ah!
Thank you. And Norb, you're just kind of standing there, taking it all in. My friends, what would you like to do?
Well, Xanthi's screaming. It's not that out of the ordinary. Is something on fire? Do I smell smoke? That'll tell me if there's trouble. No, actually, I will At the sound of Xanthi screaming, I will grab my shovel with both hands and go, what the? Start
Oh my
running
God.
around.
Des, what's wrong with your face?
What happened? Ah! Des is gonna run away.
not Jeffrey and Samantha.
It's just running.
Norb's
that's-
just gonna like kind of sidestep over to the side of the house, get out of view of the ghost.
Yeah, I'm gonna disengage and move back to behind this wall and kind of like poke up.
Okay.
I am,
Ghost!
Where did? Oh, Des is like way to the south right now. I'm gonna zoom
Yeah,
out.
I ran down to like the other barn.
Did you just like run?
Yeah, just
Full
I just
run.
full on because something really weird just happened.
Yeah, and you don't want to be near that thing. You want to get as far away from it as humanly possible. Yep. All right, so you're running. Lachlan, you come around the corner and you see Desmond just booking it to the south, screaming or shouting. Xanthi dives behind the rock wall. Norb's just kind of sitting there taking it all in.
Should I be alarmed?
Yeah, probably.
Ghost! Well, Xanthi said ghost. So
Yeah. So
There's a what?
there's like a dead farmer in there with.
Well, he
Well,
knew
yeah, we were
already.
trying to.
Yeah, you guys had already detected the farmer.
We were looking for a dead body or something. But
You
yeah,
were. Yep.
Yep. Yeah.
don't go near him.
Yeah.
What
It
happened?
aged Des.
What happened? And what?
It aged him.
It did something to his face, and it doesn't look better.
I mean, you'd think almost anything would have been an improvement, but what do I know anything about ghosts?
Ouch.
Do I know anything about ghosts?
I think
would like to.
I don't
imagine
think
the
that
same
you
question.
rolled anything yet. Everybody else rolled last time, and I kind of gave you the nuts and bolts of what you thought. Go ahead and give me a roll, Lachlan. Give me an Arcana or a History roll. I will leave it up to you, and then give me go ahead and roll first. Let's start there.
Okay, same thing with our rolled Arcana or history. So
What's up, Ty? Great to see you. I'm excited to see Dungeon Mr. Ty in the chat because he's going to be running for us a game tomorrow night, a campaign. We're starting a new campaign, you guys. We're starting New Varden, and I'm super excited for that to happen.
campaign.
Yeah, it's new campaign day tomorrow. We'll post some more information in the chat in just a little bit. Ty, great to see you.
I got a 15 plus 2 for my skills, so 17.
And which skill did you roll?
They're both the same, so does it matter? If I probably Arcana,
Yeah.
I would have rolled Arcana more than.
Okay, so you've been around some magic before, but you're not like a student of magic, I don't think. You're more of a, and correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not going to tell you what your character is, but from my understanding is you're more of a blue collar sort of sailor that has had some sort of experience that has brought magic into your life.
But there's a lot of ghost stories about ships,
yeah.
right? Of the ghost of the navigator and all that stuff. So what do some of those stories say maybe?
And actually, I think you actually explained one of those stories to the group last week or 2 weeks ago when we had the last session. Yeah, you would know that oftentimes ghosts are the spirits of individuals who cannot, for some reason, they're stuck. They can't pass on into the next, whatever that is, wherever their soul or their essence is supposed to go. They're stuck, and there's usually a reason. There's usually some sort of reason. There's something that's harnessing them or tethering them to this plane of existence.
Right. That's why we were digging, right? So
That's
we got
right.
that.
Yep. So, and as your friends described to you, Xanthi's kind of like cowering a little bit behind this wall, and she might explain to you that it had been calling them by the names Jeffrey and Samantha and had been imploring that they help clean up the place. Is there any additional information that you would provide to?
I was just trying to see if just looking upon a ghost might cause some sort of issue, or if the ghost had to use some sort of power to defend itself, sort of thing. That's what I was trying to.
Ghosts can be very dangerous. Lachlan would know that ghosts can be very dangerous, and just one look at Desmond, and you'd be able to confirm that it's actually true, not just a lore.
So the first thing I would do is I would go to Desmond, because unless the ghost is coming out to cause more mayhem, I would just sort of, stay clear of the door and kind of try to make my way over to you. Oh, sorry, I'm moving Norb there. Stay there, Norb. Kind of try to get over that and kind of go for for Desmond just to see, if I can do anything or so what's going on. Like,
Sure. Desmond, you're over at the tree. What are you doing at the tree when Lachlan comes over to you?
He's kind of like backed up against this tree, kind of like pacing around in a circle, like looking at his hands. Just feels really weird.
Hey, as someone who's
panicking,
over 40 years
he's
old,
panicking.
As someone who's over 40 years old, I take offense at you saying that you look at your hands and they tell you that you were an old man. Like,
it's true though.
Well, they look older than they did 2 seconds ago.
Des, come on, come here. Come down.
What happened? What happened to me?
I don't know. Let me take a look, and then I'll check him out.
What's going on?
I don't know. Did the thing say anything or use any sort of power at you? They have frightful power sometimes, these ghosts.
It did something to me. I don't feel right.
Well, you're looking a little bit off, but it'll probably wear off.
Do you think?
Well, it looks like you got a pretty good fright, and you're kind of, I don't know. You're looking a little tired.
I feel tired.
How are you feeling? You feeling fit still, or do you need a moment?
What do we do? Do we burn it? Should we burn the house down?
No.
How do we kill that fucking thing?
Well, if it's a ghost burning the house, that's probably not going to do anything. We have to figure out what's tying it to here. I mean, we can leave. Also, we can just leave. But if we want to deal with this thing, we need to figure out what's tying it here. What were the names? It was asking for Samantha, did I hear, or somebody else?
Jeffrey and Samantha, I think.
All
Is
right.
that right, Dave?
Yes.
Think
Yep.
so. All right.
Well, let me try something. Stay out here.
Be careful.
Do you need, does he look wounded, or he just looks like...
He looks terrified. As I mentioned before, he looks visibly
He's,
older,
shaking.
much older than he looked before. He was 20 years old, youthful in the prime of his life. Now he's this washed up 40-year-old rogue who's never accomplished. No, I'm just kidding. But he looks bad. He looks real bad.
I think Dave's working out some issues with your character here.
40 is a tough age for me. I'm just going to say.
I'm going to go back, and as I go by, I'm going to tell Xanthi, can you stick with Alar? I think he's taking it really hard, and I just think it would be better if someone was close to him. And also, I think it's probably best if the three of you stay away from the ghost. I'm going to try something, but it doesn't matter too much to me if I, age a little bit. It's not going to really bother me as much, but can you go and check on him?
Okay. Okay, I'll go over to Des, right? Not Norb, right?
Yep, Desmond.
Okay.
Did I say Norb? I meant Des. Sorry, yeah.
Okay. Des,
Yeah.
your hair is white.
What?
Right?
What did it do to me? I feel
Um,
really off.
you look older.
It made me old.
Older.
I don't feel right.
I mean, you look really good for your age.
Oh, shit. It's not good. Can you burn that thing down? Can you just kill it somehow?
I mean, I can try to. I mean, maybe. I mean, I've got fire, and I've got that yellow fire. Seem to do something more magical.
What am I gonna do?
Maybe you can sleep it off.
Do you think it'll just wear off?
No.
Xanthi, not helping.
Just gonna start
honest.
pacing. Just start pacing back and forth again.
Desmond, why don't you go ahead and make another, let me just see here. You can make another saving throw, make another wisdom saving throw for me. This is for the fear condition. As you're pacing, Xanthi's talking to you. She gives you this really backhanded compliment about you look good for your age, which...
Does he get a seniority bonus?
That's right. There in earlier editions of Dungeons and Dragons,
Extra
you would
D4.
have a penalty to your strength, but you'd have and your constitution, but you'd have an increase bonus to your wisdom and your intellect.
Mechanical effects are no longer in there. But the rest of it is.
Yeah. You're an old dude. All right, what did you roll, sir?
Oh. I don't know. I dropped it. I'm going to have to roll with the VTT, and that never works well.
All right, so while you're doing that, Lachlan and Norb, what are you doing? Norb,
Hey,
talk to me, buddy.
I'm standing kind of by the house, looking over at the door, kind of looking back at way over there at Des, and then I'm looking back over at Lachlan, taking a note here and there, trying to see how they're gonna address this situation.
Professor, in your studies, have you encountered any information about these beings?
The last time I pondered that, I came up with nothing.
Great. That's what I like to hear.
Which makes this a very interesting situation, doesn't it?
Well,
Think of all the ways that, I've read books about ghosts. Who hasn't? They're just overdone medium in our, fiction section. But, well, how do we handle it? Do we have the magical know-how? Do we hunt down its bones and burn them? Do we shoot it with a ball of salt? Do we?
no, we're going to try mendacity. Mendacity? You're the one who taught me that word.
Mendicy?
Mendacity, when you lie to someone. Remember, you're the one who taught me that word. Remember we met that peddler coming down the mountain that one day, and he was selling these balls of water, and he was saying that these were directly from the Church of Bakov, and he'd fetched them himself, and there was this holy water, and if you sprinkled it on your head, the hair would grow back, and yada yada. Remember? And then you were like, such mendacity is not worthy of one, pretending to sell such holy relics or something like that. I don't remember, but anyways, that word stuck in my head.
It's a big word.
It is. I'm so smart.
I'm going to lean towards the door. Pops, it's Jeffrey.
Oh man, it sounds like he's trying to lie. We did that last
I'm
time.
gonna back
That's
up a
how you
little
got
more.
old.
Norb backs
Pops,
away.
it's Jeffrey.
Jeffrey,
help me clean the yard.
For the record, I'm going to look away.
Trying to be Samantha.
Right? I'm going to look kind of towards the ground. I'm like, I'm here to help clean. Did you see Samantha?
roll a persuasion check for me, please.
Oh, sweet. I'm the dwarfist with the mostest and charismaist. I don't know.
Is that a thing?
Well, I got a dirty 20 with my +5 perception and my proficiency in it. So I got the dirty 20.
Okay, so that's really good. I rolled really good as well
Ugh.
for my intuition check, but not that good.
Nice.
So you look at this sort of scary, almost like ghoulish visage glowing, and as you say these words, and this spirit begins to calm, and you can see it's washed over with a sense of centeredness, and it transforms its gaze, its look back into this old man wearing suspenders. There are two daggers sticking from his chest, and he has a broom in his hand, and he says, "I've been waiting for you to return, Jeffrey. This place is terribly dirty. We must fix the cart and feed the horses. Where is Samantha?
She's coming.
Has she returned with you?"
Yes, she's coming right away. Are you okay? You seem to be hurt, perhaps.
I'm fine. I'm sorry that I pushed you away, Jeffrey.
No, it's okay. People that love each other sometimes fight. It's normal. It's understandable.
Yes.
What do you say we just forget about it and just get this place back into shape and just forget it ever happened?
Yes, please help me tidy up. If Samantha comes, we'll get her help too then.
Absolutely.
We need
Samantha.
to fix the wagon and feed the horses. And he starts sweeping again. And he begins to walk back across the floor, sweeping with his back towards you.
All right. So, having calmed his ghostly ass down, I'm going to motion to everybody else to kind of gather around.
Thank you, Scarpy TV. Advantages for all.
Ugh.
Thank you, including the Dungeon Master. What a guy.
Oh.
Heck of a guy.
How dare you?
We'll use these.
So I'll make the circle the wagons.
Okay.
What's going on over there?
I don't know. I think that they're trying to talk to it.
Is your wisdom save, Des?
What do you think we should do?
Oh, it was 18.
Okay, yeah, you start to calm down at this point. You're still kind of pacing and talking to Xanthi, but the fear starts to wash away. But not the concern for arthritis.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I'll leave. I'll leave it alone.
Not a sponsor. Yet.
So yeah, so speaking to Norb, I think maybe if we, help tidy up the place a little bit, it'll calm him down, and maybe we'll, be able to have a better chat with him or something. But his body has to be here somewhere. We just kind of have to find it. So we're gonna start by doing what he wants us to do, which is repair that wagon, and then
let's clean this place.
So a motion again for Xanthi, and come on, let's go meet them halfway. Just Adlar might still be a little adult.
Are you okay, Des? Do you want to stay here, or you want to maybe look around back to see if you can find the bones of this creepy old guy?
Yeah, I don't want to go in there again.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe you could check out this barn or around back. I mean, that spider's dead, so there's probably nothing else in the barn. But I guess I'm gonna go look at a wagon.
The wagon is lagging. So yeah, basically I'll tell everyone, let's just tidy up a little bit, get that barn clean out. You want us to water the horses? Let's make a show of that. We'll try to repair that wagon. We kind of need to make a show of it. I don't think he's going to be able to tell whether these things have really been done or not. But I think maybe if we, and I'm just saying, I think here, I don't know. If we kind of do some of these things, they'll calm him down enough that we might be able to either talk to him some more or have access to the house or something. But, let's put in a few minutes kind of trying to do this and see what he says. And if he asks, your name's Samantha, and you forgive him. Just,
okay.
sweet talk him like only you can.
I'm really good at making people like me for periods of time.
Should have tried that on a spider earlier, because that thing did not like me.
It liked you, though.
Did we ever search this barn?
All right, so who's searching the barn and who's going to attempt to fix the cart, the wagon?
I'm going to work on the wagon.
Okay, so Lachlan and...
Yeah, I'll help Lachlan work on the wagon.
All right, Norb and Lachlan are wagon bound, and Xanthi and Desmond are going to check out the scary barn.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
The murder barn.
Did you guys get to look at the back of the building yet, or not?
Of the main house?
Quick.
The main house? Yeah, so Lachlan went around to the backside of the main house and was looking around the foundation, kind of adjacent to on the other side of the wall of those brown mushrooms that were growing inside the place.
Okay.
And so, all right, so let's start with Xanthi and Desmond. The two of you are looking. Tell me about what you're doing as you get to. I'm gonna go ahead and just move this dead spider out of the way.
Yay.
It's still there, but we'll just kind of move it off to the side for a minute.
It's light outside, right? Like, what time of day is it? It's still like...
It is getting probably late in the afternoon now, if not evening. The shadows are long at this point, and you and Xanthi approach the barn here, and there is a giant carcass of a spider that has been killed. Yeah. Xanthi, you were there when that happened, so you're aware of that whole piece. What would you guys like to do?
Can we get in around the giant carcass of the spider, or do we need
to
pull it out?
You could climb over it if you want. It's a little awkward to climb over this giant sort of gooey arachnid corpse, but you can do it.
I'll try to pull it out of
would we
the
be
barn.
able to drag it out?
With the two of you, why don't you guys give me each of you give me a strength, let's go athletics check, and we'll see what you get.
10.
Okay.
5.
A 15 total.
Yeah.
It takes you some time, but you are able to drag the carcass out and off to the side right here.
Okay.
So step 1 accomplished.
Given the time of day, is it dark inside the
Yes, it's pretty
barn?
dark inside.
All right.
Yep.
I'm going to take my lantern out and use that to just because I'm freaked out. I don't want anything dark around me right now. So I'm going to use the lantern and kind of like shine it in there.
Okay. You shine it in and you can see that in this area here, there is moldy hay, stacks of moldy hay. There are rusty tools hanging along the walls, like up in here. There's our saws and shovels and long-handled pickaxes and pitchforks. And they sort of hang there. Some of the lighter equipment, like a banded saw, will sort of like smack against the wood a little bit as the wind kind of comes. So you can see now that there's a door back here that is partially cracked open on the backside of the barn. There are stalls that are about waist-high walls. Each of these walls here is about waist-high. And you can see that those are probably where the horses were kept. There's a canvas sack sitting against the wall here that looks to have some sort of feed inside of it. It's split open, and there are all kinds of like cockroaches scurrying about as you shine the light over there. They scatter off into the shadows. And then right to your left, there's a stack of firewood. They actually look like baguettes, but that's firewood.
I'm going to kind of lean in the doorway and just kind of like make sure I can see the whole roof to make sure there's no like baby spiders.
Okay, as you look up, you can see now that there is a loft above the entryway. And there's a ladder right by the baguettes that goes up to the loft. And up in the corner below the loft surface and in the corner of the room, there's a huge spider web. And that's where you can ascertain that the spider came from. Massive nest. And that would be over like right in this area here, in this corner.
Okay. That's why I didn't go there.
Mm-hmm.
Xanthi.
Yeah?
Do you think there are more spiders in there?
I mean, maybe, but, we took care of that other spider. So, we can probably handle it.
All right, I'm gonna pull my sword and just start walking in.
So you've got like the lantern hanging and you've got your sword in this hand, and as you walk inside, looking up to the left, the spider web, the nest up there. You look down, you can see down the stalls. They appear to be empty. You certainly don't see any horses. As you step in, Xanthi, do you follow?
Yeah, I'm right behind him.
Okay, so as you get to right about, let me just put you right here for a second. Okay. Off to your left, Xanthi, there is a ladder that goes up to the loft. The loft is about 7 feet above you, and there appears to be more webbing up there. And yeah, so what are you going to do while you're in here? Are you searching? Are you doing anything? Or are you just kind of Why don't you guys? Why don't you tell me what you want to do while you're inside the barn?
I was just gonna say, Dez is looking around for that crazy old ghost's body.
Okay. Give me an investigation check. Where are you looking?
Around the floor. He's thinking he wants to check the loft. But I'd like to just kind of like look for, I don't know. Any signs of like, bones or anything like that.
Okay. Yeah, give me an investigation check. How about you, Xanthi?
I'm gonna look for any like spider, like carcass kind of like like the little bags where they like tie things up and eat them. And or any spider egg pouches around, because I want to know about those too.
Christian's turning pale right now as you're talking about spider eggs. You okay, buddy?
I'm just ignoring you.
Okay. Yeah, just go ahead and mute the stream. You'll be fine. All right. So, but are you, so you're looking about, go ahead, Xanthi, give me a investigation check as well. Des, what'd you get?
13.
Okay.
Same.
Couple of 13s. Okay, so Des, as you step forward, you look to the left, you see the sacks. You use the blade of your sword maybe to kind of poke into the sacks a little bit, and you can see that there's a smaller sack that falls open, and it appears to hold a couple of chunks of black rock.
Black rock? Does it look like coal? Like, does it look like something I've seen before? Like...
Do you pick it up to take a better look at it?
You're so paranoid now.
When the DM says it like that.
Yes. Dude,
I want to say no, but I would say yes. Des
This is why I'm here. This is why I'm here, folks.
Grabs a chunk of it.
All right. Yeah.
Rocks never hurt anyone.
That's right. Well, we'll find out about that tomorrow night, actually. Nice foreshadowing, Ashley. Okay. Yes, you pick up the rock, Des, and it leaves like a gritty rock dust on your hands. It is indeed coal. You found a small sack of coal.
Must be Christmas.
I don't know.
In
I
the
think
Cratchit family home.
Des feels right now.
Des has been a good boy this year, I think.
Okay, I just want to like cover this bottom floor like from front to back. So
Yeah,
I'm just gonna
you
make
also
sure I
find-
check out all the stalls.
Sure. With the 13s, you guys also find in a couple of the horse stalls tack and saddles, harnesses. Some of the harnesses have been mouse chewed, rat eaten, and they're not useful. But you find one saddle that looks like it's in decent condition. It's got marks of mice chewing on it, but it looks like it could potentially be used. Do either of you have, are either of you, I guess, have a history or experience with horseback riding at all? No? All right. So you wouldn't really know, but it looks like it would be a potentially workable saddle. But it is kind of faded and chewed on. You find all the tools that I mentioned, which are sort of like rusty and not very useful. You do not find any bones in any of the stalls, any human bones or otherwise. But you also have not searched the loft yet. The horse food is rotten and covered with roaches and other critters. Ugh, gross. Who wrote this? How dare you?
All right, I'm gonna go. I think we need to search up there.
Okay.
Get ready to set something on fire.
All right.
And as you say that, we're going to jump over to Lachlan and Norb. You guys are over at the front entrance to the building. What do you got?
Well, it looks like we got ourselves a broken wagon.
Yeah, you can tell it's pretty broken. The bed's got a giant gaping hole in it. The yoke's non-existent. I don't even see a tongue on it. The skine is cracked on the left side. There's no spokes on that wheel. We got a lot of work ahead of us if we're going to repair this thing.
What are you, a wagon maker? A wagoneer? What's going on?
No, it's just
Wayne's right.
This is like basic wagon knowledge.
Oh yeah, but it doesn't need to win the freaking blue bonnets. It just needs to
I'm not saying we need an
hold on, it
entire
just
new
needs to
wheel.
stand up.
Yeah. Have you ever seen a wheel without spokes?
No, but what I'm saying is that the ghost is probably not going to realize the thing is not, as long as it kind of looks like it's standing up, you know. Let's just fake it till we make it, sort of deal.
Okay. Yeah, let's just lean that wheel up against it. Go grab a couple of boards from the wall.
Well, maybe what we can do is take some of those stakes and plant them in, and then kind of attach everything to it so that.
Yep. We could even grab a couple of those stakes and like make a makeshift tongue. Have it look like it's just down, not attached to a horse.
That's
or hear me out, and then I'll wave my hand, and a small miniature wagon will appear from a minor illusion.
Wait, couldn't prestidigitation fix this?
I don't know what you're
That's
talking
mending.
No. Wait, couldn't mending?
You hear on the wind? No, it's mending. Cuckoo.
How'd you do that?
Caw-caw.
Oh, it's just a minor illusion.
Yeah, but I don't think the ghost is gonna. How big is it?
5 foot cube.
Ah,
Inside that 5 foot cube is a small wagon.
but how long will this thing exist?
Not
You're gonna tell me like not long enough, right?
long enough.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Well, look, I mean, maybe as we're fixing this, we can build some improvements. I'm thinking, we take some of these stakes, we build some defenses around it, like.
Well, what if we ask him to come check it out? We just prop some stuff up against it, and then we'll get him to come check it out, and I'll just fill in the gaps when he gets here.
Oh yeah, with your little thing. That's brilliant. Good thinking, Professor.
So you guys are going to do a little bit of a makeshift repair and then kind of beautify it with minor illusion?
I have blacksmith skill if ever that helps, so I know how to.
How about carpenter's tools? Do you guys have carpentry tools or?
I have my hammer.
Okay, that's helpful.
I have an axe.
That's helpful. Do you have any tool proficiencies or skills that you think would apply to doing this?
Yeah, I have smith's tools, so like anything that's like, the metal parts that will hold it together or
okay.
Sure. I do also have vehicles water, which I understand this is not a water vehicle, but I'm thinking that the basics of structure might be kind of,
Okay. Okay.
And I also have 2 light hammers and a long career in academia.
Okay.
I have cook's utensils.
And I've been on a lot of
cook's utensils. Okay. You guys are doing great. I like it. I like your enthusiasm. Let's do this. Lachlan, first of all, give me the water vehicles check. It's going to be a higher DC just because it's a little bit different than what you would normally expect. And Norb, why don't you give me either a investigation check, or if you want, you can just roll straight intelligence as sort of like your background. Unless you have history as a proficiency, don't you?
Yeah, I have history and investigation as a proficiency.
What would you prefer to roll, history or investigation?
I would say history because it just makes sense.
Okay. All right.
Because I've been on many a wagon.
All right. And you ran next to a wagon in the very first or second episode.
And I got a 20. And I definitely took notes on that wagon as I was running next to it.
Okay.
And he's used his professors wagging their fingers at him.
And I like how things work.
Yes. Yeah. You're the how did they do that kind of guy.
Plus he invented the wheel.
And Lachlan, what did you roll?
I got a 17.
That's pretty good, guys. So yeah, between the two of you, you're like, we can do this. I think this is how we do it. You come up with a solid plan. You have some of the, potentially have some of the material you need. You definitely have some hammers and axes so you can fabricate and cut some of that. So as you start to dig about, let's say we'll have you guys roll some investigation checks as you sort of like search for the right pieces to put together and start to build the thing and make sure that you have everything that you need.
I'm going to burn one of those advantages.
Yeah, same here
today.
Okay. That was just shameful.
Okay. Thank you to the chat for the advantages. We appreciate your support.
We do.
Got an 18 on my investigation.
I got a 14.
14 and 18. Okay. So you start to dig about and you start pulling up some of these old boards, and they're kind of stuck in the brambles. As you can see, there are brambles growing over the cart, the wagon, over some of this wood that's off to the side. But you start to pull things apart and pull it out. You know how when the earth kind of grows over material and you kind of have to pull it out, it's bits of dirt and grime kind of fall apart. And you start to build this thing. We're going to move back over to Xanthi and Des, as you are now planning to investigate the loft. Who is going to go up the ladder and check it out? All right, Xanthi. So you're going to go up the ladder. You grab onto the ladder and kind of test it for stability, and it's not the greatest, but it's only 7 feet. How bad could it be, right?
Right, then I'm not very tall.
You probably haven't seen me do this before. And I'm going to send my lantern up to the loft.
You just kind of floats, levitates its way up to the loft and illuminates the area. Mm-hmm. All right, Xanthi, as you start to put your first foot on the rung of the ladder, and then you put your weight on it, test it, take your foot up, you put your second foot up, roll a D100 for me.
Oh. Trask. 26.
What is it?
26.
26. Okay, it holds. It's steady. You can feel it sort of bend and sway beneath your weight, and you're not a heavy person. It kind of cracks a little bit, but you quickly step to the next rung. And as you get up, you look. There is you find yourself at the top of the ladder, and you look about, and there is more of the webbing, more of the spider nest is up. In fact, it's much broader. There's much more spider. And there is, what you can see are 2 large masses of web. You look a little bit closer, roll an investigation check.
Okay. $23.
Holy cow. Okay, you see a boot protruding from one of the bundles of webs. There are 2 of these bundles. They look to be about human size, man size, if you will. There is a boot sticking out of one of them. You also scan and just kind of like cringe a little bit. There are what appear to be masses hanging from the ceiling of webs. You also see a coil of rope within reach. You see a small wooden box, and you see 2 very beaten up and rusted scimitars that are laying in a pile off to the side. What do you do?
There's some dead things up here, like dead bodies, I think.
Okay, I'm coming up.
Well, wait, the ladder's not very sturdy. I don't know if it'll hold.
I'm gonna take out my grappling hook.
All right, nice.
That I bought in town before we came out here.
Nice. Prepared.
I can tie it off up here, and then you could use the rope to come up, or combination of rope and ladder just in case it breaks.
Yeah, I'm gonna toss up the hook gently. She's not that high up, right? And just hook it around something, and I'll use it as support.
All right, right here.
All right.
And
so
yeah, I'll just use that as a safety valve in case the ladder breaks.
This is amazing. Using a grappling hook to climb a ladder. I love this. All right. So you take a couple of steps holding on to the rope. Give me a D100 roll, Des, as you put your weight on the bottom rung, lifting yourself from the floor.
Uh, 55.
The bottom rung starts to snap, but you step up to the next rung. I mean, it's literally like a 1.5 foot fall, so it's not that big of a deal. But you're able to climb up, and now you can see as Xanthi has moved up. Xanthi, you're in the loft now, standing in the loft. And Des, you get up and you can look and you see everything I just described that Xanthi saw. So there's rope, there's a wooden box. Those are both within reach. There are 2 nicked and very low quality scimitars laying off to the side that don't look to be very valuable. And then there are these 2 masses of webs, and one of them has a boot sticking out of it.
There's a boot. Maybe it's attached to a body.
Should we open it? Like, I'll take out my dagger.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull out my other sword now. So I have both swords out.
Okay.
And can we like walk? You said there was 2 masses of webs.
Yep.
So can we start like, is it like one's on the right and one's on the left kind of deal?
No, they're like right next to each other, laying on the ground. They're like, it's almost like they went to sleep on the ground, and they're rolled up in these masses. But then as you look up, the lantern light illuminating sort of the ceiling area above the loft, there are these bulbs of like spiders, spider webs that just kind of like hang down, almost like raindrops hanging from the ceiling. Hey, Doc, thanks for dropping in. Appreciate the cheers. Right. Everybody's got an advantage from Doc's shoulder.
And GDTRFB 1995.
Oh, nice. Going down the road.
At us. I think we should give it to Des because he's having such a hard time, out the elderly and all that.
Nice. What a guy.
Yeah.
Thanks for that.
All that age, none of that experience.
Thanks everyone for the...
Thank you. So I'm gonna walk up to what I think might be the body, the thing with the boot sticking out.
Okay. And what do you want to do when you get there? It's right there in front of you.
I'm gonna start poking at it with my sword and maybe trying to like cut away some of the webbing to see if there's something in there.
You start cutting at it. You start making progress as you're cutting through it. And Xanthi, as this is happening, you see that these bulbs of webbing above hanging from the ceiling start to shift and shake, and one of them splits open as Des is cutting at this mass. And I need both of you to make dexterity saves as spiders spill out over the top. Christian, earmuffs, Christian, earmuffs. Spiders fall out from the ceiling onto you, and they start to kind of bite you and crawl all over you. Sorry, Christian.
Yeah, that's all right. I'm okay. Don't worry, I'm okay.
I'm going to use one of my advantages from the chat.
Okay. All right. Oof.
Man, what a time to lose my D20 under the desk. Dexterity saving throw.
Yep. What'd you get, Xanthi?
18.
Okay. Xanthi, you take 1 point of piercing damage as one of the a couple of the spiders bite you, and you brush them off. And Des, what'd you get?
God damn it. An 8 and a 9.
Okay, so you take 3 piercing damage as spiders start to bite you. You don't even see it coming. At least Xanthi is able to kind of like adjust your position as they fall down, but they just kind of drop down on you and bite at you as you brush them off. But they're just small spiders and they crawl away. They don't linger.
Oh, it's not like a swarm?
No, they come down, they fall, they bite you, and then they scurry and crawl away into the floorboards. But you do take a little damage.
Of those?
There are. Let's see. There are 6 more of them hanging from the ceiling. This happened to be the one that was closest to where Des was. So you kind of ascertain that maybe some of the webbing triggered that, as the webbing was being cut, it was reverberating and vibrating and caused them to get anxious. Poor little spider babies.
Burn.
But Des, you do, as you did that, regardless of the spiders, you did start to expose a leg. There's a leg now up to about like a knee.
There's a body in here.
Yeah.
I suspect foul play.
I don't want any more of those spiders to fall on us, though.
Well, I guess you could roll it off of the edge, down to the first floor.
Yeah, I'm going to start seeing if I'm going to like carefully kind of cut away anything connecting this lump with the boot.
Wait, before you like chuck it over the side or anything, Xanthe is gonna cast Detect Magic. And just give a scan over all of this junk and weird webbing and stuff and see if she gets any hits.
Unfortunately, you don't get any hits of magic.
Okay.
And the swords look like garbage. Like it's not even worth your time. They're terrible. Terrible swords.
Okay.
Terrible.
So even like she'll take her dagger and kind of poke into the body kind of thing. Am I getting any hits like things in pockets or
No,
okay.
you don't get any hits of magic. Dez has got like the leg exposed up to maybe like above the knee on one of them. You haven't looked in the box yet. There's a small wooden box and there is a 100-foot coil of rope. And then whatever these bandits might have on them inside of this webbing.
Okay. All right. I don't see anything magic, but I can't tell if something inside that box is magic or not.
We should check everything.
Okay.
All right. While you guys are doing that, we're gonna move back over to Lachlan and Norb as you guys are investigating, pulling up boards and starting to build this. What did you guys roll for your checks?
I got an 18 on my investigation.
Okay.
Yeah, I had a 14 on my investigation.
Okay, that's right. So yeah, you guys start to pull things up, and as you do, Norb, you pull up one of the boards that's attached to the axle. It's kind of like a broken axle, and you pull that up, and you see something in the dirt as the axle pulls out of the dirt and exposes what's beneath it. You see what you think are human remains.
Oh my.
What, more spiders?
No, look. Is that a? What is that? Is that a? What bone is this?
Is that a
A
tibia?
phalange?
A what?
Yup. Roll a medicine check.
Wow, a 19.
19. So it looks to be either like a radius or an ulna. It's an arm bone, forearm bone.
It looks like an arm bone.
Yeah, right. Well,
Humanoid.
go get my shovel.
Okay. Yeah. Should we finish the wagon first?
Well, let's just see what's here.
Okay. What if we're disturbing someone's grave? Could be a pet cemetery or something.
Maybe, but I'm going to take a chance and say that whoever's there probably did not mean to end up there.
Yeah, you're probably right.
So what do you do?
Yeah, we'll try to pull out whatever body is it like under the house or just kind of in the brambles and stuff. We're going to try to clear out the body basically.
Okay. All right. So you start to wipe away some of the dirt. You dig in a little bit with using like a piece of the broken wood as a shovel. And you start to expose more bones. It appears as though they were piled, or maybe the body, the carcass of this human-ish figure was buried here intact, but perhaps was pulled apart by animals at some point. You do start to see also underneath the foundation of the building itself as you start to dig, because it's pretty close to the foundation where the bones are. I would say in terms of the map here, probably like right underneath the wheel is where the bones would be found. Mm-hmm. You also find, as you're doing that, Lachlan, you find 2 daggers.
I'll take a quick look at if I can find the thoracic cage and see if there's like any bones that have been chipped or like in the chest area wherever the guy's got the.
Yeah, you find some ribs. Give me a medicine check.
I can do. The medicine 19.
Yeah, you can see that one of the ribs looks to have been pierced and broken by something sharp. Could have been these daggers, could have been a sword, could have been something else, but they are broken. But they're also chewed on. You can see that critters had chewed on some of the bones as well.
I think we found our old man. Let's get that board there over here and let's load these up and go around to the side, maybe where he won't see us. I think we're probably going to want to try to bury it properly, and that might solve the issue.
Should we do like a funeral?
Well, I don't know that we need to invite people and prepare sandwiches, but we should probably
Isn't that something else?
Yeah, let's start by moving this. Start by moving the bones. Let's try not to forget any. So we'll be super careful and try to grab as many of the bones and stuff we find.
Jeffrey, have you finished the work on the... Oh my.
As he's coming out, I'm going to do a cast of minor illusion to make the wagon beautified.
Okay.
We've been working hard, Pops.
Give me a persuasion check with advantage, Norb. Hey, thanks for the follow, Nasty 316.
I got a 16 on the persuasion.
16? Was it a 316? And was it nasty?
It was nasty.
Nice. Okay, you are able to, for the moment, fool this ghostly apparition of an old man who comes out and says, Jeffrey, Samantha.
She's in the stables cleaning up after the horses and getting them watered.
This is beautiful. And the ghost kind of moves forward towards your illusion and like goes over to touch it. And it's kind of like ghostly hands sort of like go right through it. It's wonderful, Jeffrey. And then all of a sudden he just stops and he looks straight down. And you can only imagine that the ghost begins to look at the bones that are laying on the ground that you've exposed. And it kneels down on the ground. Oh, no. What is this?
Hey, it's going to be okay.
What happened?
Don't worry. Don't worry.
Is this Samantha? What?
No.
Is this... What is this?
This is
someone that
nothing.
Needs a rest. Someone that just needs to rest for a little while.
If you'll come with us, you can rest too.
No. Stop lying to me, Jeffrey.
I'm not Jeffrey.
He looks down. Oh shit.
You're all Jeffrey.
I'm Jeffrey. Pops. I'm Jeffrey.
This is
No. This is me.
Yes.
How? Jeffrey, how did it happen? I don't recall.
I don't know. I think perhaps you would have to tell me.
What? You can get the sense that now the ghost is sort of like having this moment of realization. What am I? What is it? Jeffrey, what has happened to me?
Calm down, Pops. You just need to get a bit of a rest. Everything's going to be all right. Samantha's watering the horses. I fixed the wagon. The farm is going to be perfectly fine. You just need to get a bit of a rest. You've been working too hard.
Why am I still here, Jeffrey?
I don't know. Is there something that's bothering you?
I am dead.
Is there something
die.
that's bothering you?
And with that, we're going to move back over to the barn as Xanthi and Des are... What are you guys doing again?
We are looting
all
the
the
chest,
things.
and we're going to be burning some spiders.
So
in a minute.
you roll the bodies off the loft, right? And then they drop down. At that moment, like the movement triggers all of these spiders to start dropping from the. But you're ready for it this time. Do you
Sacred
guys?
flame.
You sacred flame them, and they burn easily. You're able to you can either jump off the loft or you can quickly slide down or crawl down the ladder, whatever you want to do. But
I did want to check that box.
You grab the box. Yep, you grab the box. You grab the rope. You kind of like push the rope off with the bodies. How do you get out of the loft? Do you jump? Do you climb down the ladder?
I'm going to slide down my grappling hook rope.
Oh, that's right. You swing down from the rafters. Da-da-da-da. Yeah, super epic. And you land on the floor. Xanthi, what do you do?
I'm going to use the ladder while using the rope from the
Ooh,
grappling.
all right. Roll a D100 for me. And roll a dexterity saving throw with advantage because you're using the rope. But the ladder snaps as it starts to break and fall apart as you're kind of trying to hurry down as these flaming spiders drop from the ceiling. Ooh, that's cool.
Flaming spiders.
Yeah.
It is. Sorry.
We need more flaming spiders in Dungeons and Dragons, don't you think, Chris?
19.
A flaming spider is a perfect spider. Like,
That's true. Sorry,
That's
what was it,
perfect
Xanthi?
group
Flaming
A 6?
spiders.
19.
Oh, 19. I thought I heard 6. My bad. You start to
would be a
fall,
Dez roll.
but you jump off and you land in like a 3-point landing right next to Dez.
Superhero pose.
Yeah, super. It's so epic. And all these little burning spiders like just fall to the ground and they like embers and they just kind of burn out on the ground. And now you have these bundles, one of them exposed up to like the thigh. This one appears to have some sort of kind of shoddy boots. Des, you're a boot guy. We already know that from earlier. And they're not really nice. The pants are kind of torn and it looks as though the flesh of the creature had been partially digested by the spider. But it does appear as though it's wearing some sort of a cloak. The other one is fully encased still.
All right,
And you
I'm
haven't
just
opened the
gonna-
box yet.
I'll open the box now.
All right, give me a 2d10 roll, please.
2d10.
Yeah. Ba-dum-bum.
A 7 and a 2.
A 7 and a 2. All right, so there are 9 silver pieces inside this box. That's it, but there's 9 silver pieces.
we're here working hard and they're getting rich.
That's right. They're getting paid.
Oh boy, this is burning a hole in my 40-year-old pocket.
That's right. You think you can carry that or you need some help with that?
I think. Okay, so I'm gonna see the 9 silver there, and I'm just gonna be like, and I'm gonna go over and start trying to cut the bodies out of the web.
All right, yeah. Eventually you're able to cut the bodies out, and just for the sake of brevity, you expose the bodies. One of them has, I'm assuming that you investigate them. One of them has a silver necklace that looks to be, from your estimation, Des, looks to be valuable. You're not sure how valuable it is, but it's a silver necklace. And then other than that, they really don't have much. They each have total of 14 gold pieces as you search the pockets. And they look to be just dressed as travelers. They have cloaks on. They have normal traveling clothes, but their faces are like shrunken and shriveled as if the body fluids had been sucked out by the spider.
Can I tell, are they both, like, how much of the remains are left? Can I tell if they're like male or female or anything like that by like how they're dressed?
Yeah, they look to be men, human men.
I'm going to check their cloaks for the rock.
Oh,
See if there's
yeah.
the rock sewn
Good
into
idea.
the lining.
okay. Go ahead and give me an investigation check, please.
Eight. These are so gross. Ugh.
Kind of musty.
Yeah, you
That
don't.
one's still greasy.
Other than the gold, you don't find anything of value on them. No rocks or anything like that. But
I-
they're nasty corpses. Go ahead,
Can I
Des.
inspect the scimitars real quick?
Yeah, they're super beat up, banged up, rusty. They look terrible. They look like they were made by goblins.
Oh, they're just like pretty crude.
Yep.
Are there any kind of like identifying like markings on them or anything like that? Anything legible?
No, there's no maker's mark on them or anything like that.
All right. We got some money, but it doesn't seem like there's much else here.
Well, let's pull these corpses outside and Norb can bury them. He likes doing that.
All right.
That's true. So the two of you finish up your search and drag the bodies out as we head back over to Norb and Lachlan. You've got this ghost who is now almost weeping and sobbing and like having this revelation and trying to deal with the fact that they are dead.
Oh man.
I don't know what happened.
There.
You know, I know this isn't going to work, but I'm going to do it anyways. Norb's going to walk over and try to hug the guy.
Okay. You walk over and he's kind of like sitting down, kind of like squatting over the bones, and he's kind of sobbing, and you kind of put your arm around him to try to like give him a side hug, and it just kind of like goes through him. There's nothing that you could have done, Jeffrey. What can we do? I don't want to be stuck here. I miss Samantha, and I missed you. I didn't mean to push you away, Jeffrey, but I can't stay here any longer. You must know that. I don't want to be here anymore. Can you help me?
We
leave
can.
this place?
We can. Is there
Try.
Is there a spot on your land that you really like, perhaps near a tree or somewhere, a place where you have felt calm before and just enjoyed being?
I need a proper burial, I think.
We can take care of that.
Perhaps at the church. Could you take me to the cemetery and give me a proper burial under the blessing of St. Cuthbert to hasten my passing?
Heck yeah.
We'll absolutely do that for you.
Is there anything
Thank
else
you.
you want us to take care of besides this? I mean, do you want us to like...
Do you know who hurt you, for example? Perhaps we could look into that.
I don't know. Yes, I do know. It was bandits. They attacked. I killed 2 of them, defending myself, and put them in the barn. There were others. They must have killed me.
Do you know where they
Jeffrey.
were coming from?
I don't, but they were looking for something in the pond behind the house. I told them to leave. Yes, I remember it now. And one of them was friendly to me. But he was the one that buried these daggers in my chest.
Do you remember anything about him? What he looked like, or perhaps the way he spoke?
I can't recall, Jeffrey.
Well, I'll pick up the 2 daggers. If these were his, I'll promise you this. I'll find out who they belong to. And I'll make sure that justice finds him.
Thank you, Jeffrey. Please take my bones to the burial grounds at the church. Perhaps that will free me from this curse. And tell Samantha, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
We will.
And as you guys begin to gather the daggers and I'm assuming sort of like wrap up the bones in a blanket or in like some fabric or canvas. The apparition of the farmer dissipates and disappears, but you don't get the sense that it's gone. You get this strange sense that there's still an essence or a spirit with you, maybe traveling now with you. Perhaps until you fulfill your promise. And that, my friends, is where we're going to fulfill our promise to take a quick break and to refill our steins of fluid and to give our, I don't know, what are we going to do? Some jumping jacks, whatever we do during a break. If you want to find out what we do during our break, probably the best way to do that would be to join our Discord, where we do jumping jacks in Discord. Have we ever done jumping jacks in Discord?
I mean, we do yoga.
That's true. We're starting our, that's right. I'm so excited for this. We're going to be starting our March yoga, or March. Is it March? December yoga challenge. Hey, some people might be watching this in February. Who knows? But it's going to be our December yoga challenge. So if you want to hang out and do the yoga challenge with us, join the Discord. If you also want to get in on this epic giveaway from our sponsors at CZ RPG, I'm going to throw this up on the chat here if I can find the darn thing. There it is. Ba-boom. All you have to do is type !drawing to get in on the action. We are giving this away at the end of the stream. It's the Troubled Veil. It's fantastic content that you can drop into a one-shot. You can drop into a campaign. If you're not a dungeon master, hey, you could win this and give it to your favorite DM or GM for Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever celebration you have, or just for the heck of it, just give it to them because it'll make them feel good. But we're going to give that away. All you have to do is, there's Cardman, everybody. Bum, bum, bum. All right, so the stakes just got ramped up a little bit with Cardman. But we are going to give this thing away. It is not the bundle. It is the Troubled Veil. I'm going to fix that during the break after my jumping jacks. You guys are awesome. We appreciate you all, and we'll be back in 5 minutes. We'll see you then. We're back, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Quick reminder, we're giving away some loot from our friends at CZ RPG, the Troubled Veil. All you have to do is type !drawing. Kirk's going to show you how to do it. It's very simple, and you'll be entered to win. I'm going to look here and see how we're looking. Ooh, we've got a pretty good crew in here. We have some theories on how these giveaways work, and one of the theories I have is that you cannot win unless you're in it.
You got to be in it to win.
We're gonna test that theory. You got to be in it to win it. Now, speaking of winning things, you guys have won a couple more moments of life as you investigate the farmhouse. You have indeed recovered a couple of bodies out of the barn. You have searched the bodies and found some loot, some gold, a silver necklace. Yeah, silver necklace. And you have indeed, Lachlan and Norb, discovered the remains of the old farmer who was apparently murdered by some evil people who came to this farmstead. He also had a mournful, apologetic tone that he took in imploring that you tell Samantha that he was sorry for what happened. So, my friends, with that having all transpired, what do you do now?
Do we know what graveyard he was talking about?
You do know that there's a Church of St. Cuthbert.
Yeah, I know, in town.
In Hamlet. That might be what he was referring to. You're not 100% sure, but he essentially asked you for a proper Cuthbertine burial. And kind of thinking back, I don't know if he would even know about that, but he knows that he needs a proper burial, and he knows that he is a follower of St. Cuthbert. So
well,
that would be,
we will give him one.
Yep. And then I also mentioned how you kind of have this sense that he's still kind of with you, even though you can't see him anymore. He has become invisible or has dematerialized, but the presence is still there to some extent.
I don't know about you, Professor, but that's going to make it kind of hard to make water. Like, I can't go when someone's watching.
No? It's a difficult thing to discuss in front of other people.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Norbert
Guys,
turns
we found these
bright red.
other dead bodies.
We found some bodies over here. I think
We found the farmer.
Oh,
Oh.
who are these guys then?
Bandits. He killed a couple of bandits defending this place.
There are corpses everywhere
I
here.
feel better about taking their stuff.
You know, I thought that other farm we were at with the giant rats and mole rats and pumpkins and badgers was weird, but this one's taking the cake right now. So he asked us to bury him in the graveyard near St. Cuthbert Church. There's one in town, so we'll bring him back and do that. But he was also
we got to keep our mission. We got to continue our mission first.
he was mentioning that these ruffians that did him dirty were after something that he's hid in the pond in the back. Perhaps if we go and take a look for that, it might give us an idea about why they came here and they killed these people.
What should we do with these guys?
Oh, I'll mold the earth,
I'll
make
bring
a
'em out.
recess,
I'll bring
and
them out.
drop them into a hole.
Before we do that, Des is gonna sneakily take one of the skulls.
Of the bandits? Okay, so just so you know, this is awesome. You grab the skull. It doesn't look so it looks older than you, which is nice. But the face, it's like the skin is stretched across the skull, as you know how like when a spider sucks. Chris, you know about this, right? How a spider will like suck the internal fluids out of its prey, and it just kind of desiccates and kind of like constricts the leathery epidermis layer. So it's pretty cool looking. You just slice it right off.
You know, I'm going to go back and I'm going to check your consent in gaming form, right, Dave? And then in Blade Runner on Sunday.
That's fine. I'm into it.
Turnabout's fair play.
I know my safe word.
Pineapple.
Yep. Tater tots.
Porcupine.
All right, and then I'll drag the two bodies outside just as they are.
Okay. Yeah, you pull them out. One of them's missing a head now. What do you do with the head? You like stick it in your pack nonchalant?
Yeah, I put it in my pack.
In the head bag.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You guys are the head bag crew.
While he's doing that, I'll be like, "You're looking good, Des. You look better than earlier. Look like you got a little bit of a vitality back in you."
You think so?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is
Totally.
my hair still gray?
But just a little bit, but I think it's probably a trick of the light. You were in the barn. There's probably some dust in there. Like, I wouldn't worry about it too much.
Do I still look old?
Not a day over,
Hey,
we should check the house, by the way, while we're at it. I know you're like pretty good at
I'm not going in there.
Oh, come on. I'll go with you. Come on.
No, I'm not going in there.
Come on, I'll go with you. You got to confront your fears. If you don't confront your fears, they're just going to haunt you forever, like a ghost. Come on, let's go in.
I don't want to see him again.
he's gone. He's gone. When he came out, saw us with his body, he kind of understood that the gig was up, and he's gone up to,
I'll wait out here. Search everything.
You sure?
I don't want anything from in there.
All right, watch for bandits out here.
All right.
Actually, what time is it?
Nightfall. So the sun has now gone below the horizon, so it's getting dark at this point.
How long a trek is it to get back to the town, by the way?
Oh, at least a full day from here.
So what's the plan? We got to go bury this guy. Maybe we'll reverse what happened to me.
Yeah, we're going to do that tomorrow first thing. But
Tomorrow?
Let's search the house. Let's search the house.
It's dark.
Yeah, let's search the house, and then I suggest we clean out.
I don't need to
a
sleep
little bit and camp out in there since Des won't go into the house.
The barn is full of bugs too. It's super gross.
All right, so let's just camp out here. How about that?
I have a tent.
Yeah. So how about Xanthi and I will
right.
go inside and take a look around and check for whatever's in there, and maybe Norb and Des, you can set up some tents, maybe like over there, kind of out of the way a little bit.
You got it.
All right.
I pull out just this bundle that is my tent, and I leave it next to you.
And
guys.
what do you say? What do you say when you pull it out?
I don't remember what the tent thing that you had me say earlier, but
I don't know how to set it up.
I don't know how to set it up.
The key is to wait till it's dark.
So I will grab Xanthi's tent, and I will pull out my own tent, and I will look at Lachlan, waiting for him to hand me a tent.
I don't have one.
Okay. I will walk away with
I sleep under the sky, man. I mean,
with mine and Xanthi's
Stormcrow is
tents.
watching over me. It's cool. If it rains a little bit, that's perfect. That's fine. Okay, I got
All right. That's totally cool with you. I am going to set up my tent first. Do a little practice, and then I'm going to set up Xanthi's tent. And then I'm going to look at Des, see if he has a tent.
I have a tent, but I'm not setting it up yet.
Want me to set it up?
What?
I'll set it up for you.
What were you saying about the pond?
What about, I don't know, the pond?
Yeah.
It's the middle of the night. We do not need to go near a pond right now.
I'm feeling pressure to do everything now.
Yeah, I can tell. It's.
I feel like I don't have much time left.
Des, my friend.
The clock
What
is
if I
ticking,
wake-
buddy.
What if I wake up tomorrow and I'm another 20 years older?
You know, then what do you want to have? Do you want to start tomorrow tired?
I'll be pretty tired if I'm 20 years older when I wake up.
Yeah, I know. But if you don't get any sleep, you're going to wake up 20 years tired and tireder.
Well, and let's be honest, you're going to have to get up 2 or 3 times to go to the bathroom anyways.
Right.
I don't want to talk about it.
So here's what I need you to do. So let's get your tent set up. You stay away from the pond.
What if there's something in there?
Yeah, if there's something in there, what are you going to do? You're like 70 years old.
All right.
Jesus.
I'm not 70.
Yeah, you're not. You're like,
I'm maybe 40.
yeah, you're like barely 71.
Oh, thanks, Scarpy TV. All the players just got a advantage point.
Well, I got this grappling hook, right?
Yeah. What are you going to do with that? You can barely pull yourself up
Maybe
from
if we
sitting.
give it a few tosses, like fishing. Oh, I have
Yeah.
You're
40. You should know how to fish by now.
Anyways, maybe we, throw the line in a couple times. Maybe something interesting comes out.
That sounds like a great idea for the morning. Why
While you guys are having this argument outside, Lachlan is going inside. Xanthi, are you going inside with Lachlan as well?
Yes.
Okay, so the two of you enter into the cottage, and you make your way into what appears to be the common room. And as I've described, it's kind of collapsed. There's broken tables, broken furniture. There are cabinets that hang askew. Clayware dishes are scattered about the floor, and there's a ladder up to another loft area inside the cottage. There's also to the eastern edge of the cottage, I'll bring up the map here so folks can see what we're talking about. There is a doorway into what appears to be a kitchen. The two of you kind of step inside and take stock of what you've got in here. Most of I won't even have you to roll for this main room here. Most of anything that would have been worth a damn has been looted. There is a small patch of what appears to be like brown mushrooms growing on a moistened floorboard over in the corner here, in the northeast corner of the main room.
Isn't the word moist on my consent and gaming form also?
Is it?
The way you pronounce it feels like it should be.
But I didn't say moist, I said moisten. Duh.
Like a few too many vowels in there.
Yeah, you take too much pleasure.
Okay.
Anyways.
I already regret saying it.
Can I investigate the mushroom patch and the wet floor to see?
You mean the moistened floor?
This is
Yes,
not
you
a
can.
cake.
Roll a soggy bottom check for me. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead and roll an investigation check for me, Xanthi. Meanwhile, Lachlan, what are you doing inside the space?
I am going to take a look quickly around there. Is that like some sort of dresser or cupboard or whatever down there on the south portion there against the wall? So I'm going to sort of rummage through there, see if there's anything
old clothing. There's old clothing. There's there looks like there's a pair of old boots that have been chewed on by rats.
Can I get some sort of idea of, was it like a man and a couple children, a man, a woman, can I get sort of an idea about who lived here?
Roll an investigation check for me. Xanthi, what did you get on the polyps?
I'm going to use
Natural
one of the advantages.
Okay. Yeah, it's hard to say. They look to be some sort of like fungal growth. I mean, you're no mycologist, but you know what mushrooms are. You've seen them growing on trees and things like that. They don't appear, as I think I had mentioned in the last session, they don't appear to have like any similarities to the glowing weird mushrooms that you guys found underneath old Warbur's. There we go. Warbur's field. But they are mushrooms, and the floorboards are just kind of like wet and damp and moldy and broken, and you can kind of peer through them a little bit, and you can see the dirt soiled floor beneath, but it's getting pretty dark, so it's a little hard to tell, but it doesn't seem to be, your exploration of that area doesn't seem to be coming up with much beyond that. How about for Lachlan, as you tried to ascertain the nature of the inhabitants of this old abandoned farmstead?
I used Scarpy's advantage that he gave us and managed to squeeze 17 plus 2 for investigation, so 19 out of it.
Very nice. Thank you so much, Scarpy, for that. You do discover that indeed there is a adult male set of wardrobe clothes, but not, there's like a cloak and a second pair of pants and a shirt. They're moth-eaten. They're old. This place looks like it hasn't been lived in for 10 years, probably. There are 2 additional sets. There's one set of clothing. There's a dress, kind of a bluish but faded looking dress with some lace sort of accents to it. Again, moth-eaten, deteriorated. As you kind of touch the fabric, it starts to fall apart in your hand. And then there appears to be a younger male, maybe teenage kind of sized, pantaloons and a shirt. A nice shirt, it looks like. So you get the sense that there are probably 3 people living here at some point.
I'm just in my head thinking, isn't Des looking for his parents? Do I get the sense that there's like any of this substantially missing? Like there's only a couple of pieces of clothing from the kids, like they would have gone away and packed up, or is that too much of a stretch for me to?
It would be hard to tell. This place is again, it was anything that might have been valuable has been looted. Like there's no trinkets of value.
Okay. I want to.
What did you roll? You rolled a 19.
Yeah.
you do find something interesting. Give me a D100.
Is it moist?
No. Very not moist. Give me a D100 roll, please.
When you pull out the D100, what was the Tarrasque? Was it 60? Was the Tarrasque?
It shifts.
Okay.
It's never the same twice. You know how Tarrasques are. Yeah.
96. So we're going pretty much to the extremes here.
96. Okay.
Do I regret this?
96. That's a wonderful number. Oh God.
Oh God. You find a Holy Avenger +5. Is it moist?
No, you do find underneath the sort of bottom boards of the wardrobe, you can see something that glimmers a little bit, and as you pull one of the pieces of the bottom of the wardrobe away, you see a small coin purse open, and it looks as though there is some silver in the
Not
coin
silver.
purse. Interesting.
Oh,
Do you look inside the pouch? Do you take the pouch?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll 2d10.
Well. Add them or go percentile?
Add them up.
Well, I rolled a 1 and a 10, so
There are 11 silver pieces inside this coin purse, and there is a wooden replica coin.
okay. Anything specific written on it?
It
Or-
has what appears to be a four-lobed leaf on it.
like a 4-leaf clover.
Sure.
Like a lucky 4-leaf clover?
Possibly.
How magical.
Possibly.
It's probably crap. I just leave it all there. No, I'm kidding. I think.
Obviously useless.
Based
Yeah.
on your rolls and everything, that's really all you find of use, sort of like in the main area. Let's see. Yeah,
Are there any webs on the ceiling, by the way?
there are no webs inside this building. There's a lot of dust, maybe some cobwebs, but nothing like you witnessed inside the barn. I would not do that to you.
Yes, you would. And next time, those spiders are going to be moist. I just know it. You find anything, Xanthi?
Do you know anything about mushrooms? Cause these ones are brown.
Yeah. There's this old trick. I'll come into the kitchen area. There's this thing you got to slice them real thin, and then you put a lot of butter and cracked pepper in a pan, and you kind of saute them, and it's the best thing ever.
Are those you're gonna eat them? I point to the floorboards.
No, probably not. They look disgusting. I'll take a quick look at them, dude. One, do I recognize them, or do they seem like anything specific? And then I'll have a follow-up question.
Are you proficient in nature?
Well, it depends what nature.
Nature of the beast.
I am the beast. I'm not proficient in it, no.
Okay. You're not sure about these. They appear to be like other mushrooms you've seen. You know, mushrooms are hard to identify unless you've got some skill.
Yeah. I'm gonna take my my great axe and pull off my back, and then I want to pry some of the floorboards out from where the mushrooms are to go and see underneath.
Okay. All right. You begin prying. Give me an investigation check.
I'm a cleric. I pry a lot.
I'll take
Yes, you
out
do.
my my torch and light it because it's getting dark.
Okay. You illuminate the space nicely for your friend as he investigates the floorboards. So
Natural 20.
Really?
The natural 20.
I love that. All right, so you peel back the floorboards that are damp and rotten, and you put them to the side, and you look down, and you gasp at what you see below the floorboards. And we will move over to, for the moment, Norb and our friend Desmond, as he is resting his weary bones. What are you guys up to outside while they're investigating inside? Anything?
Telling you,
Well,
Des.
I
You do
reluctantly
not
set
need
up
to go
my
fishing
tent.
right now.
All right. Here's the thing. I feel like whatever's in there might have something to do with everything that's happening to me right now.
Okay.
And, you know, I feel the need to go look.
I know. But God damn it, I can't even say this. All right. So what I
What's
need
the
you to
harm?
do?
I'll just go, I'll throw the hook
No,
a few
no, no, no,
times.
no, no, no. Stop.
I'll throw
I
the
will.
hook a few
I will
times.
go in there. I will swim in there. I will find whatever you're looking for.
You're going to swim
But I
in there?
need. Yeah, but you need to light some torches so I can see where the up
I
is.
have
'cause
I have a lantern.
if I get disoriented, I could drown.
Well, we don't want that.
No, I don't want to drown. I like being alive. So I don't know.
like
Like
being alive
let's.
too, and I just
So, like,
aged.
Yeah, I know. Like 102 years. It's you look
102
decrepit.
years.
You're wrinkly and
Is it that bad? Do you have
No.
a mirror?
no.
Yeah.
I'm Des.
Yeah.
You're fine. You don't even look old. You're like my age.
I don't feel fine. Your
You're-
age?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm not
shit.
old.
Fuck. No, I really want to go fishing. All right,
Here, listen
We
to
got
me.
the tent
Yeah,
set up. What
okay,
else are we
yeah.
doing over here?
So let's
I
move
don't-
let's drag the tents over near the lake. We'll start a fire as like a beacon of light. You shine your light at the lake, and I'll jump in. We'll swim around. We'll see what we can find.
All right. We don't have to look all night long. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna only look for a little bit.
Is it light out at
it's
all
late.
yet, Dave?
No,
Is it-
the sun has gone down now. It's dark across the landscape. You see little lightning bugs that are kind of flying about, and then they disappear as lightning bugs do.
they're good luck.
You can hear toads croaking from what appears to be not really a lake, but more of like kind of a pond, kind of a greenish looking pond.
There's no freshwater source.
It doesn't. Well, roll a nature check. Let's see.
All
Let's see what your hydrologic skills are looking
using
like.
BTT anymore.
We need a
I
ranger.
should have 9.
Here comes our ranger.
Hard to say. It does. There's no stream that you can tell, although you haven't gone to the opposite side, so you're not 100% sure. But it doesn't look like there's a
Maybe a
stream coming in here.
It is a farm. All right. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Let's do this.
All right, so
Nancy just turns to Lachlan and goes, "Did you hear water?"
yeah,
like
tell me
us.
what you're doing, Des.
So we'll go up to the pond,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna do you think, Norb? Do you think anything lives in there?
Yes.
Maybe we should disturb the water a little. Just in case there's I don't know, like a giant crocodile living
I
in
will
there.
throw a giant log into the lake.
Yeah.
Pond. Sorry.
You throw a log into the pond.
I'm gonna throw a pond log.
All right. So Xanthi, this is what you hear. You hear this giant.
Nothing to see here.
It sends ripples through the pond.
How do I do it?
Roll a perception check for me.
Personally, I think it should be a disadvantage because
It's
super
not. It's
late.
dark. Yeah, it's dark. So it is at disadvantage. Thank you for that.
I do have my lantern.
Is it lit?
I mean, would I be walking around in the dark with a dark?
I got a 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Des. If you have your
Perception.
lantern lit, you can roll straight.
Okay. 17.
17. As you look about, you hold the lantern up and you cast about. As you look into the cattails and the reeds that are growing, the ripples from the logs sort of gently dissipate as they move away from the location of the splash. And all of a sudden you see motion in the water.
Oh,
And I
Did
need
you
you
see that?
both. I need you both to roll initiative.
Nice.
It's not an age-inducing fish.
Can I use an advantage on initiative? I've asked this before.
Yes,
It is technically a skill check, right?
Yeah, it is. I'll say yes.
Rules about it.
I'll
Okay.
allow it, my friend.
Every time I
yeah.
every time I try to go see what's under this floor,
Something
it falls
bad
apart
happens.
outside.
Oh boy.
All
All
right.
right, 25 to 20. Oh, just me?
No.
Okay.
Well, we're inside the house. So we don't know what's happening.
15 to
right?
20? Not yet. Yeah, 15 to 20.
16.
16 for Norber.
I'm going before Dez because he's like 70.
Des, what'd you roll?
10.
10? All right. So here's what happens, guys. This creature erupts as you have awoken it, or you have disturbed its lairing, its resting. Let me see if I can show
I haven't
you.
looked at the map yet.
Let me
Ugh.
see if I can show you. There we go. I think I had a handout for this. Let me find it. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
Is that a rhinoceros?
It is a catoblepas. Catopleplos? How do you say that? Anyone?
Type it.
Catopleplos. Catobleplos.
You just
I
made
need to see it.
Obviously
'cause I'm
friendly.
really
It's
good at
obviously-
pronouncing words that aren't real.
It's obviously friendly. It's a catopleblobus.
A cataboblobus.
Yeah, I guess I don't
Nice.
have it, but that's what it looks like right there. Can everybody see that? Oh, I got it.
It's big.
Catobleblobus.
Yep. It's
Cato-
enormous. It is this sort of like pig, almost like a boar. Catoblepas. Thank you, Cardman. It's like this
Catoblepas.
boar-like creature with tusks, and it's got these big ears on it, and it has this strange-looking tail that has these weird. It's like this bulbous end to its tail that has almost like these pyramidal sort of spikes on it. And it is going to race forward as it splashes. This is difficult terrain, so it's only going to move half its distance.
It's never good when Dave says bulbous
That's true. Or polyp.
or polyp.
Desmond,
Oh, it gets so close.
it splashes up towards you, and it is going to swing its tail at you.
Just so you know, I have no spells left. Just saying.
You had to poke about. I'm going to use one of my advantages.
I told him just put up the tents. Just put up the tents. Did I say go wandering far afield and wake up fucking
curious
platypus? No.
It's a blopoplopus. Now, here's what's going on. I'm going to allow Xanthi and Lachlan. You hear a shout of surprise from inside, and you look at each other. You're like,
Oh God, again.
fuck. So go ahead and roll initiative. You'll not be in this first round, but you'll be in the second round.
What did we see before? Because we did
Desmond.
get the floorboard up. And you said it was amazing.
We'll
what did
have
we
to
see
wait.
in that
We're gonna
second
have to
round?
wait. We're gonna have to wait.
Oh no! All right.
And then the session's gonna end. We have to wait till next week.
Just hold on a second. We'll get there. I promise.
Snuffleupagus just killed me.
It's all right, Des. You were old. And
Desmond, total of 18 on the tail swipe.
18.
Yeah.
All right, Des is down.
No, that's the attack roll. It hits you.
Oh,
right?
total 18. That hits.
Yeah, no,
sorry,
not
I thought
18.
that was damage.
A total of 4 bludgeoning damage, and I need you to make a con save, please.
4.
This huge, almost like a mace, like, I don't know, attachment like thing on the end of its tail comes swinging around and just smacks you right in the chest. And this thing is snarling, looking
I'm gonna
right
use
at
one of my
Norb.
advantages.
Yeah, you should. Con save, con save.
There we go. 21.
Yeah, you feel this wave of like of paralysis as this thing hits you and it sends this weird like vibration through your body, but you shrug it off. That brings us to Norb. Norb, you see this thing race forward, splashing through the water, comes up, its tail swings and smashes into Dez's, this elderly man's chest, and he takes it hard. What do you do?
Not that old.
40.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at Dez, see him getting hit, and be like, "Oh shit!"
You saw Des get clocked.
I'm gonna just glance back at the makeshift tents that we set up literally right next to this thing's environment. Realize, oh crap, I'm gonna have to do something about this.
Would have just wandered into our
I'm
campsite.
gonna pull out my battle axe.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be like, oh shoot, oh man, I
You're
don't
gonna
know.
hurt yourself.
This is a big. I'm gonna run up to it and just give it a little, I don't know, little encouragement to go home
Okay.
with the blade.
So you're gonna use the sharp end this time?
I'm gonna use the sharp end this time because it's
All right.
big.
Yeah, it's big. Catabla plus.
Catabla plus.
Sounds Klingon.
Katabla plus.
Katabla plus.
Blah, blah, blah.
Kapla.
Sorry.
What'd you get?
All right.
What'd you get, Norm?
22 to hit.
22 hits. Give me some damage, please. You know
That's
what?
gonna be
let's get some,
8 damage.
8 damage. As you slice into it, it howls out. You cut right through its forearms, its forelegs. It's like haunching, looking at you. And
I'm sorry.
It doesn't seem to phase it too much as it looks at you, pissed off. Total 8, you said?
Shoot. Yes, just 8.
Okay. Yeah, this thing's
Sorry, dude.
bad news.
I'm just trying to go for a swim.
There we go. All right, Desmond, your turn.
All right. I'm going to pull a short sword and attack this guy. No, I mean, he's next to Norb, right? Norb, did you have to move up?
Yeah, Norb would have had to
hit
move in, like right there to get him.
All right. I'm going to use another advantage from the chat.
Yes, sir. While that's happening, Lachlan, what'd you roll for initiative? Xanthi, what'd you roll?
5.
Okay,
I honestly don't remember.
go ahead and roll.
14.
Okay,
So it's a 25 to hit.
that hits for sure. Nice one.
Okay, so that's with sneak attack, that's 11 piercing.
11 total. Okay.
And then I would like to bonus action. Forgot what I can do with my bonus action now.
I think you have what do you have at
dash,
second level?
disengage, or hide.
That's
So
right.
I'm going to disengage.
Smart.
Use my movement to go 1, 2, 3. Kind of like, no, I'm going to actually go this way, post up behind this little outcrop of wall, and just start yelling, there's a big creature out here. Get out here. And as my free action, I'm going to pull my crossbow.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that.
Right.
All right, that's the end of your turn. We're at the top of the order. Xanthi and Lachlan, you will be involved in this round of action, but I am at the top with the Katabla blah blah blahs.
Katabla boss.
Katabla blahs. Thank you. I think that's
Katana
what
boss.
Katabla blahs. So this warthog-looking creature watches as Desmond disengages and moves away. you can now see Norb as it moves in Desmond's direction, that it has this crazy tail that's tipped with a bony club-like protrusion. And it's got this kind of oily hide, this kind of sickly hide on it. And it just growls, dripping all this like green algal water off of it. And it stinks really, really bad. It's offensive to your sensibilities. And it just growls at Desmond. And it is going to hold an action. That brings us to Norb. Norb, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
I will burn an advantage.
Okay, as your nostrils begin to burn with the stench of this creature. Yeah, it's really bad.
Got a 22 on my con save.
Nice.
Yeah, your nostrils like burn. You can almost feel like that long nose hair that we were talking about earlier just like singe away. But it has like
wings.
It has no mechanical effect on you as you kind of shrug off and put your hand up to sort of like cover your nose a little bit.
No, I huff it.
Oh, you do?
I'm into it.
Roll with disadvantage then. Roll again.
So I rolled twice with advantage.
So roll one more time.
My original roll was 19.
All right, so we'll go with 19, and whatever you roll next, we'll take the lower of the two.
A 20.
You son of a bitch. All right, fine. You huff it. You're just
Norb's
like
a glutton for this. Yeah, he likes good flavors.
Yeah. All right. What do you do? What's your action?
Oh, and I'm gonna run at it, and I'm gonna jump on its back.
Okay. Give me an acrobatics check.
Gonna grapple this guy.
Yeah, acrobatics will work.
14.
Okay. It will resist with a strength roll. I also rolled a 14. So it kind of like shrugs you off. You slide off. This thing is slimier than hell. It's got like algae on it and just like weeds that are still kind of stuck to its hide, and you just kind of slip right off of it.
Okay. I will disengage. Wait,
okay.
I already jumped on it. Can I disengage?
Yeah, that was your action. You can move away from it.
I will. Nah, I'm gonna stand. I'm gonna look it right in the eyes, kind of growl at it.
Okay. So this is this will then trigger its action.
Shoot!
As it swings its tail at you.
All
right. 16 to hit you.
Yep.
Give me a con save, please.
18.
Takes 7 bludgeoning, and as it hits you, you start to like everything goes white for a minute as you feel this almost like pulse of energy from the tail, but you shrug it off. That's the end of your turn, Norb. Lachlan, you are over in the house with Xanthi. You hear the shouting that you know something's going on outside. You've heard this before. What do you do?
Yeah, I'm going to drop the axe and, start huffing and puffing my way over there. I will take the dash action, I guess, so I can double the movement.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I get there. I'm back.
Okay.
As I run out, I look at Dez. I'm like, what the hell?
It's this hideous, like, warthog-looking creature that's up on these big bovine-like legs. It's weird looking. It's a Katablopoplos.
It came out of nowhere.
I got my shield up in my thing, and as I'm running towards it, I'm screaming, "Hey, ugly! Over here, ugly!" And I'm banging my hammer on my shield.
All right, cool. That's awesome. Desmond, you see your friends racing in. What do? You're hidden behind this wall, partially.
I'm going to pop up and fire off my crossbow.
Yeah.
I'll use another advantage from the chat. Thank you very much.
Thank you, chat.
I have a few of those tonight. Here we go.
Yeah, without the chat, we'd be screwed.
Super screwed. Hey, you know what? I'm going to take this opportunity to give a big shout out to Tabletop Audio for giving us some sweet tunes that we use in this game quite often. We're using a little bit of that right now, I believe.
All right, that's a 19 to hit, Dave.
A 19 will hit, Andy.
All right, it's 1d.
Give me some damage.
Oh, jeez.
You will get
Right,
the sneak attack.
Yeah. All right, 12 piercing.
Ooh, nice. Okay. Yeah, you fire a shot right over Lachlan's shoulder, basically, like flies past him. The bolt from your crossbow hitting this warthog-like creature right in the neck as it's trying to like lash over at Norb. Blood squirts out on the ground in front of Lachlan.
And then
Go
I'll
ahead.
just be like, ah, and I'll move this way,
I'll leave you guys alone 2 minutes to set up some tents.
and I'll hide behind this part of or I can't hide. I'm just gonna move over. Well, I could bonus action hide behind this part of the wall.
Yes, you can. Go ahead and give me a stealth check. Xanthi, what are you doing? It's your turn.
She's like scrambling and she rolled really bad, so it took her a while to get out. But she's gonna move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And she goes, "Take this, murder cow or murder pig." She
Murder
Snowflakes.
Blabberibus.
murdered whatever you
Blunderbuss.
are. And she's just gonna, she's gonna firebolt that thing.
All right, firebolt away.
16.
16 hits. Give me some
Good.
sweet, sweet fire damage.
8 fire damage.
All right.
Ow.
Yeah, you guys are whittling this thing down as it starts to singe some of the mucus and muck off of it, and part of its tusk and its snout is burned away. Looks terrible. Looks disgusting. It brings us back to the creature, and as it looks over, Lachlan running at it, banging its shield, getting its attention, it's going to use a little attack action that I like to call Death Ray.
Wait. That doesn't sound good.
As
Do
the
it,
tail
Death Ray.
starts, the tail of this creature starts to glow with this strange green glow, almost as if it's Lachlan. You look at it, it's almost like it would be some sort of like an electrical charge, and it's sort of like, and it looks right at you, the tail, and shoots a death ray in your direction.
Guys, you fucked up.
This is Attack of Mars bullshit right here.
Yup. Make a con save, Lachlan.
Why?
You have advantages, right?
Yeah, but only with poison. This doesn't count. It's not poison.
From the
right?
chat.
Oh yeah, I do have advantage from the chat. Broken roll. So that's a 17.
Okay.
It's not poison, is it?
It's not poison. As this ray, this death ray fires at you, you see it coming and you kind of dive out of the way, but it hits you and it ripples this necrotic energy across your chest in this exactly. It's like this sort of slow motion dive out of the way, but it hits part of you. You're going to take half damage, which is very good because it's 5d8 damage.
What is this thing?
Excuse me?
Snuffle up, I guess.
That's the last time you guys put up the fucking tents.
All
So
right,
you take-
somebody's got to set up.
You take 7 necrotic damage as
my
this
God.
thing hits you and kind of like knocks you. You kind of spin, but you land like on your feet, so you're not prone. But it just sounds cool. And then it comes to Norb's turn.
Holy
Jeffrey,
shit.
that could have been bad. That could have.
Yeah.
Hopefully you can't do that too much.
Byron's going to see this. Oh, wait. Wow. Sorry. Norb. Habit. Sorry.
Byron.
Norb's going to see this shot. He's going to look over. He's going to look at this giant beast in front of him. He's going to attempt to cut its head off with his great axe.
Okay. Let's get a swing. Swing for the bleachers.
13 to hit.
Just hits.
Ooh,
Its AC is 13. Nicely done. And we all
For
know that if
9
it
more
meets,
damage.
it beats. 9 more damage? All right. Yeah, this thing is not looking good. It is sort of staggering a little bit, Norb, from that last blast. You don't cut its head off, but you hack through its thick. Look at that thing. Look at the thick neck on that thing. Let's just get in there for a minute. Let's just take a
chonky.
look at that thing. That is chonkier than heck.
Yeah.
Look at that chonk. Ooh.
Maybe
That puts the thick in thick.
Yeah, the chonks. Maybe you guys are called the chonk squad. All right.
No, we're not.
No, I know. I'm just kidding. All right. I can't decide your name. All right. So Norb, you hack through the chonk and you cut through it and it starts to peel apart. You can see just muscle and sinew inside. Anything else from you before we get to Lachlan with Desmond on deck?
You know, kind of a subtle apology, like, oh shoot, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to wake you. Like, this is your pond. You know, I was trying to go for a swim. I don't know why you attacked us so aggressively. Holy crap, you have a death ray.
As Norb is talking to himself, trying to make him feel better about this, Lachlan, what are you doing? You just got hit with this death ray.
Yeah. Just sort of try to pick myself up. Kind of wonder what the hell just happened. I see that Norb's on top of that. I'm going to step up to it. And I just tried to move my token on the Twitch map.
Oh, nice.
hey,
How'd that work?
It happens. It happens to all of us.
Killing it.
Like, why can't I move it?
Winning.
I'm going to step up to it and I'm going to, give it the old hammer.
Hammer time? Oh,
Yeah,
no,
I'm gonna
no,
be
no.
like, you're ugly, you stink. Get out of here. Oh, 17? Plus some stuffs. Plus 6, so I'm pretty sure I hit sauce. We'll do 1d8 plus 4 on it.
Yeah, that hits.
Max damage.
Oh, yeah.
Of damage.
So 12 total?
Yeah.
Yeah, it drops down to one like its front leg kind of like skitters out from underneath it. It kind of like slumps to the ground a little bit. Recoils and growls at you, Lachlan. Desmond, you see this happen. What do you do?
and I'm gonna pop up above the wall and shoot him again with my crossbow. I have another advantage from the chat,
Okay.
so I will use that. Here we go.
Real advantage to have a chat.
I know.
It is. Our chat buddies are the
They're very
best.
generous tonight.
Thank you,
So it's
guys. We appreciate you.
They're generous every
a
day.
15 plus 6 to hit, 21.
That hits. You know who else is generous, guys? It's our sponsors at CZRPG who have donated a copy of The Troubled Veil for a giveaway tonight. If you want to get in on the action, ! Drawing. Kirk will show you how it's done. It's super easy. Give me some damage.
7 plus 4, so that's 11
Ooh.
piercing.
All right, Desmond, tell me, my friend, how does your bolt kill this creature?
I'm just gonna pop up over the wall and thwack, and it's just gonna nail him like right between the eyes.
It just kind of sways back and forth for a second, and then just hits the ground and just drops.
Where the hell did you find this thing?
That's right.
Soldier of fortune over here.
Do you think we can eat it? Just
it
kidding.
Smells
It's gross.
terrible.
Yeah, that was disgusting. Everybody all right?
Yeah, Des, I'm just glad to see you're not too old to fight.
Yeah, that was amazingly spry for a man of your advanced age.
I still got it.
Xanthi, you are next in the initiative. What do you do?
Oh, I look around to see if there's any other creatures that have been lured by that noise.
Roll a perception check for me, please.
We'll just go back to the tents. We'll just go back to the tents.
15.
You look
pretty
about, kind of taking stock of what happened. You see your friends up there. You see Desmond off to the north, hiding kind of over there behind the wall, but doing his cool Soldier of Fortune pose with his his crossbow, looking super cool. You can see Lachlan and Norb over by the corpse of this creature, but you don't see anything else. You look around the house. You're up next to the house, so it kind of obscures a little bit of your vision. You can't see for example, what's behind the house, creeping up on you, perhaps. I don't know. Not going to say because you can't see, but you don't see anything else. You feel like the danger is past. Do you want to do anything?
Guys set up the tents right next to the lake here?
Yeah, we were.
It's over there in front of the house.
He really wanted to go fishing, and I was like, we should. It's late. We should probably wait till the morning. And he was like, no, I'm gonna go fishing. And I was like, all right, well, I'll jump in the lake. I'll swim around for a little bit, but you need to just be a beacon of light for me. And then he was like, well, do you think anything lives here? And I was like, well, I don't know. Yeah, duh. Something lives here. Frogs, toads, turtles.
Fortunately,
so I threw a
we
log
decided
in
to test the water first.
Yeah, good thing.
And that's when that beast erupted out of the wilderness.
That is exactly what happened.
We didn't do anything. We just threw a log in the pond.
Insight check. Do I believe that?
I mean, are you guys lying to her?
No.
You don't believe them. You don't even need to roll an insight check. Norb and Lachlan, however, you guys do need to roll Constitution saving throws because you're standing right next to this beast. And even though it's dead, it still stinks really bad.
I'm definitely going to use another advantage.
I rolled a Constitution check. I rolled a 12.
Okay.
And I got an 11.
All right, so as a dwarf, you have some protection against the poisoning effects of chemicals and odors and whatnot. So as the nose hairs are singed, you still hold off the poisoning effects of this Catabloplos stench. However, Norb, you are overcome with a retching sensation as you start to get just a little bit. You get a little sick to your stomach, and thank you.
Back away.
Oh God, they vomited on it.
It smells worse now.
Are you okay?
You are poisoned right now. Roll a D4 for me.
Let's get away from it.
If I light it on fire, do you think it'll be better or worse?
That's just.
I got a 4, and I feel like this is not when you want to roll high.
Yeah, you don't want to roll high on this one. So you are going to be poisoned for about 4 hours. Now, it's not going to have necessarily hardcore mechanical effects, but you are sick. You're not feeling well. The huffing finally caught up with you.
Let's back
Let
away.
that be a lesson, kids. Don't huff Catabloplos stench.
Not to blop it.
Can you?
That's what I said. That's what I said.
Can you bury it? Can you bury it?
Yep. Yeah, I'll bury it while I puke.
Thank you, Phoenix, for the advantage. I appreciate you. I'm going to definitely use that in very shortly.
Why would you do that to us, Phoenix? I thought you were a friend.
That's what friends are for. All right. So you guys step away. You move back from the Catabloplos. And for the most part, you are safe from the stench. You can still smell it, but it's not offensive and causing you any sort of like saving throws.
Let's hope the winds turn.
All right. Yeah, let's just stay away from the pond tonight, I guess. I think that's probably a good idea.
How are you feeling, Des? Do you think that you'd be willing to get into the house so we can get shelter in there for the night?
I'm feeling a sense of urgency to bury that guy and go back to town.
We're gonna do that first thing in the morning, but let's
Do you
just.
think that I'll wake up 20 years older again?
I don't know. We'll do what we can. We'll if tomorrow you're still set up this way, when we get to the church of St. Cuthbert, we'll ask if they know what we can do. You want to
Des is
check
just
up
gonna
in the
start
house for
chain
the night?
smoking his pipe.
Just so we can kind of get away from this stench.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, I remember something, and then I run back inside the house.
What? Did you find something in there?
I don't know, but I'm about to start digging under this house again for the third time. So don't pull any more threats.
I'm not going back in there.
Just don't touch anything.
We'll be fine. Is he gone? Have you seen him?
No, we haven't seen the ghost anymore.
Good.
I'm gonna go
You
back
know,
to.
Des, it doesn't look that bad. You know, even if it doesn't go back to normal tomorrow.
Right.
I mean, it doesn't matter what you look like. You're
Yeah,
still
but
you.
right, but tomorrow and the next day just means that I'll have 20 years less, or however old it made me. It shortened my life. Right?
Well, I mean, there's all kinds of magic and things that, can make you live a really long time. So maybe we could find one of those.
Maybe. I've read a few stories. Those are just stories, I don't.
I mean, I've heard a lot of stories too, but like a lot of things are true or partially true. So I'm sure we can find something to fix this.
I hope so. I'm starting to feel a little desperate. Sorry.
And Xanthi just reaches out and just takes your hand.
That's sweet.
Right. Des will just stand there chain smoking his pipe while you hold his hand.
That's so awkward. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Lachlan, you're inside the farmhouse and you are investigating.
I will find out what's under this frickin' floor. If it kills
I
all
knew
of
it
us.
was under the floor. I knew there was something under there.
You go back to the dampened floorboards where you have pulled back the wooden planks. You have cleared a spot to look through. There is some illumination from, a torch or Dez's lantern or something that gives you a little bit of aid in looking down. But you can see that below the floorboards, there appears to be the remains of what you can only decipher as the family dog. But what's more,
Hey,
you also notice, Lachlan, that around its neck is a collar.
It's named Fido.
No. That's close, though. How did you guess?
made of platinum.
Luck.
Yeah,
I,
you read the module, didn't you?
Yeah.
There's a module.
Can I
This is covered in the module.
It's called the Abandoned House.
look at the collar and see what the dog's name was?
What languages do you read?
I don't read. I don't know how to read.
You can't read.
You have no idea.
certainly some strange magical incantation.
Do you take the collar? What do you do with now that you've discovered these remains?
Samantha.
Oh man.
Fuck you.
Yeah, can I take the collar?
Yeah, absolutely. As you grab the collar and you pull it, the head just and topples and rolls underneath the floorboards.
It wasn't a sausage dog, was it?
No, it was more like it's hard to tell, but it's like a medium-sized dog.
Why are you desecrating a grave? You're a cleric.
Can I can I tell that this was the source of the mushroomage?
Yes. Yep. It looks as though at some point the mushrooms were growing out of the corpse of the dog, and they have sort of taken over. And there's some organic matter underneath that might be food, or it might be could be anything. But there's something that is giving the mushrooms some purchase to grow up through the floorboards. Of course, the floorboards themselves are rotting, so that's organic material to decompose.
Do I feel that a certain urge to move the bones to go see whatever that thing is under there, or is it just...
No, you don't. You're like, this is the burial place of the family pet.
I'm going to take my axe and I will put the head back with the rest, and I will push some dirt over everything. Then I'll put the planks back over it.
Okay, but you keep the collar.
I keep the collar, and I'll tell the dog, I'll bury this with your master. And
Nice. That's a nice touch.
Yeah, that was a good call.
And I'll come back out, and I'll say, all right, I think we're probably clear to sleep in here tonight. If y'all feel like it, I'll throw the collar to Norb.
I'm not sleeping in there.
There's
What
nothing
the heck
left.
is this?
You toss
Sleep
the
with the
collar to
ghost.
Norb, but I will say this. As Norb is vomiting, he still reaches up with one hand and grabs the collar as you toss it to him. You do know this, Lachlan, that you still haven't explored
Check upstairs.
the loft. Yep,
I
above
know,
the bed area.
I just don't want to go alone, so I'm kind of trying to get some of these guys to come along with. We need to clear out the loft, and then we can camp in there for the night.
Okay, I'll go check it out.
All right, I'll go with you guys. Don't go anywhere. Don't pull anything else out of nowhere.
Now
If I
you
know
listen.
When did he throw you? What is that?
It's a dog called.
Oh, it's still coming up.
Norb, you are getting extremely dehydrated.
I just need to go.
Maybe should we go sit by the tent? Oh. You fell over.
All right, so while that's happening, Lachlan and Xanthi are going to explore the loft. Okay, so give me some investigation checks.
Drink from the pond.
Take a big old sip.
Yeah, just go fill our canteens down by the pond.
That's not good. 12.
Definitely.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. So Xanthi, as you join Lachlan in the loft, you can see that there are what appear to be all right, yeah, you would see this. You would recognize this because of an earlier encounter, but you see what appear to be the shed exoskeletons of 3 giant centipedes. You also see a small trunk.
We showed these things to Norb. He's going to want to keep him, so let's hide them away. So I pushed him somewhere.
There might be a window. Just push him out the window.
Sure, yeah, we'll say there's a window. You can just slide them out the window, but they're big. They're 3 feet long, chitinous exoskeletons, and maybe the creatures that were inside of them died, or maybe they shed them. You're not really sure. You're not
Maybe they're
a
still around.
biologist. But yeah,
Hey,
you get rid of
that,
those.
Think that Copilophilophilus out there was one of these things? Maybe they grow that big.
I don't think this is the same animal. No centipede, murder pig.
But maybe they just evolved, like this is their next form. So there would be 2 more out there. I'm just saying.
I mean, it's not impossible.
Anything else in here? What you have there?
There's a trunk.
Is it locked?
It does not appear to be locked. There's no lock on it.
I will stand to the side and then open it.
Okay. Yeah, you open it up. It's not trapped or anything, but you do find it strange that Lachlan, really, you're the one that thinks of this. You find it strange that the whole place would be kind of turned over. All the valuable items would be gone, aside from the pouch you found with the silver, of course, but that this trunk would be somehow left.
Yeah,
untouched.
I think it's pretty odd. So
Yeah.
As Xanthi would reach out, like Xanthi, hold on. This place has been tossed pretty good. So why is that still there?
I don't know. It's too heavy to move.
I don't know.
Do you open?
Let's, just let me open it.
You're okay. Have at it.
I'll take my hammer. Try to open it.
All right. Yeah, you open it up.
Is it a mimic, Dave? Is it a mimic?
Roll initiative to find out. No, I'm just kidding. It's not a mimic. Although I don't think have we ever done a mimic?
Dave has never thrown a mimic at us before, so I would be surprised.
There was
Yeah,
a
he
mimic.
did.
but
Not to, I
we
don't
knew
want
it
to.
was
was
a
that's
clock.
right. There was
It
the
was a mimic.
clock. That's right.
It was the
Oh,
clock.
the clock.
Yeah,
That's
who,
right.
Who
Yeah.
kicked it? It punched somebody, didn't it?
I got in a fight with the clock.
Yeah, you got to
Yep.
fight with the clock. All right. Anyways, back to this game. You lift the lid up, and it reveals a bunch of old clothes. You look inside. Bunch of old clothes are piled in there.
Can I kind of push it over so that it spills out the contents?
Absolutely. The contents spill out. You see that there is a dagger that rolls out in a sheath. And there is a small leather pouch. And there is a vial with a red liquid in it.
That looks vile.
But it's probably magic.
Do you cast Detect Magic?
Should I cast detect magic?
Oh wait, if you cast it, I have something else for you to check out.
Sure. All right. I cast detect magic on in the room. So
Yeah.
what pings?
The dagger glows brightly, as well as the potion.
What about the wooden coin?
What about the dog collar?
I don't have the dog collar
that
anymore, but
anymore.
I do have the wooden coin.
The wooden coin does not glow.
What about Lachlan's necklace?
Yeah, check him out.
I'll leave that to you, Christian.
I don't know. Would it?
I mean, I don't think so. It's a symbol. It's
Yeah.
a trinket. It's obviously meaningful to him, but it doesn't give off any magical
Yeah, I don't
energy.
think it would.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Okay, so that dagger is magical, but I don't know, like it could be bad magic, it could be good magic. This is a potion. And I'll pick it up and I'll just pocket it.
And then there's the small leather pouch that does not glow, but has not been opened yet.
All right. What's in the bag?
The cat.
Do you open the bag?
Yes.
The bag is a mimic. Fuck yeah! It bites your hand off. No, I'm just kidding. Inside, you see 14 small, opaque, dark gray gemstones.
Oh.
Kind of weird that they would have left that here and all that stuff when they tossed the entire house.
You see,
Maybe it was one of those bandits who was like trying to use this as a hideout. You know, like maybe they would come in here and like stash some stuff because it looks abandoned.
Are the clothes like old ratty clothes like downstairs, or are they like regular?
Yep. They're just like you get the sense that they were probably there to kind of throw somebody off if they opened it, you know, and were as just sort of like a side thing. As you are having this realization, you're looking at these items, you're excited about what you found. You found some potentially useful magical items. We go back outside to Norb and Desmond. What are the two of you doing?
I'm patting Norb on the back, like, there, fella, big fella. You'll be all right. I'm still chain smoking a pipe. Hey, Norb, can you hear me? Hey, okay. Oh, buddy. All right. I'm gonna start trying to drag him. I'm gonna start trying to drag Norb over to the tents.
Yeah, I mean he's sick but he's not passed out. He's definitely conscious, but he's been vomiting. He's probably at this point doesn't have a whole lot left in him, and he's dehydrated. You bring him back over to the tents and sit him down. Probably give him like a water skin. Yeah. Yep.
This sucks.
Yeah, that thing was horrible.
As you say that, you hear something that draws your attention. You hear a loud bark.
What was that?
Did you hear that?
Yes.
What'd you hear?
Bark?
Yeah, me too.
There are freaking wolves around here?
I don't know. What?
Roll a perception
Wolves don't
check,
bark.
both of you.
Let me see that. What do you have there?
Give me a perception check.
It's the ghost dog. I'm going to be so pissed. Perception?
Mm-hmm. Samantha the ghost dog from hell.
She's going to age Des another 20 years. 14.
Okay. Norb, give me a disadvantage perception.
5.
Okay. Yeah, Norb, you barely even hear it. You're like, what was that? As you wipe some of the vomit from your chin. Desmond, you heard this off to the west. You're kind of on high alert right now because of all the things that have happened to you since you've got here. You hear a second off to the east.
Maybe we should go inside. I'm hearing some strange things out here.
I don't know. Just leave me out in the weeds over here.
Santi.
Inside the house. Do I hear him?
How far away are we?
As you're pulling Norb towards the house, you hear another.
Norb, do you think it could be? Do you think it? Oh shit! Do you think it could be? What are those things called?
A cataplopolis.
Bloblobless.
Gnolls. Do you think it could be a gnoll?
Yep. Yeah, it could totally be a gnoll.
I'm gonna start pulling.
Desmond, you pull Norb. You're bringing him towards the house. You look back. Yeah. Your tents are set up right in front of the house. You get Norb to the foundation of the house, and you kind of like push him inside. You look back, and you're like, "Fuck! They're gonna know we're here." The tents. What do you do?
I'm gonna get to the threshold and say, "We gotta run. We have to go now. Let's go."
And that, my friends, is where we will end tonight's session, as you have heard something in the darkness that has gotten Des really fired up. Some barking. You have found your way to this strange abandoned farmstead, investigating the place, and found much more than you probably bargained for.
Yeah.
And that's the way things happen in Greyhawk. So thank you all for playing. I appreciate you guys very much. Thanks for leaning into the chaos and the goofiness and the fun. Thanks to the chat for hanging out with us and providing our players with advantages on their rolls to keep them alive, and advantages to the DM to ramp up the tension as much as I can. So thank you so much for that. We do have a giveaway tonight. It is the Troubled Veil. This thing is pretty rad. It's a wonderful piece of content that you can drop into an ongoing campaign. You could put this into a one-shot. You're going to probably win it if you enter !drawing to get in on the action. This is from our sponsors at CZRPG. They have been with us we've been streaming for like 2 years, right? Are we up? We're on 2 years right now. We could probably make.
We're
like
over
that.
2 years.
I think, we're just over 2 years, right?
March
November
of 2020, we started playing.
but we didn't start streaming until November of 2020.
Oh, really?
I mean,
think.
Des is over 40. But.
No, I thought it was like
had
June.
a 2-year anniversary
I
or
know.
something.
I just thought of that today. I'm like, I think it's been 2 years. You know what? We'll just say it's December. Nobody will know. December.
Yeah.
It's December.
17th?
Is it the 17th of December?
Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're
sure.
right.
Yeah.
Actually, no, you know what it is? It's the 13th of December.
Is that a Tuesday?
It is. It just so happens.
Whoa.
Yep.
Oh.
What are the odds?
We're having a birthday party. But anyways, you guys, thank you so much. We would really like you to win some stuff. So the Troubled Veil, thank you to CZRPG for being with us for like 2 years, literally. You guys are awesome. We really appreciate it. We're sponsored by a candy company. So I'm going to put the link for the candy company in there. Please check out Hooley's Honey and Sage Candy Company. They make awesome cotton candy. Really, really appreciate it. Bleak Season, thanks for gifting a subscription. You beautiful, beautiful, long nose-haired son of a gun. We love you from the North Woods of Canada. Again, we have a giveaway going, so please enter to win. And we encourage you to go check out CZRPG's Patreon and give them some support. They've been supporting us for so long, and we do appreciate that. So here's what we're going to do, folks. We are going to give this content away. In order to be entered to win, you have to type !drawing. It's pretty simple. Kirk's going to show you how to do it. And once you're in, you're in. We're going to get Stream Elements out of there because I think Stream Elements won last time. !drawing to get in on the action. Kirk, not drawn. Drawn, not dope. There we go, drawing. There it is, folks. Someday you too can have the phonetic skills of our good buddy Kirk. Kirk, that beard's getting epic, dude, by the way. All right, here we go. Let's give a 5-second countdown. Ashley, if you would, please, that would be wonderful.
All right, everybody. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go.
Our winner tonight, my friends, is Level 1 Geek. Level 1 Geek. Congratulations. That's awesome. We appreciate you being here and hanging out with us. That really means a lot to us. And thanks again to CZRPG for giving us some stuff to give away. All right, so we're going to go ahead and jump into a raid, you guys. But before we do that, I want to quickly just let you know what's going on the rest of the week. We've got a lot of awesome stuff happening. Last night, we had an awesome Monday Night Mayhem with Kevron Games running our awesome players through what was the name of it again? Once Upon a Rhyme. Fantastic first episode of a 3-part short shot on our Monday Night Mayhem. Tomorrow night, we're kicking off a new campaign with our good friend Dungeon Mr. Ty at the helm as we dive into a new world, a new system, a new setting of New Avarden. So please come over and hang out with us as we play New Avarden next, I guess that's tomorrow, and it's going to be for the next 8 weeks. It's an 8-shot. Is that a thing? 8-shot? I don't know if that's even a thing, but you know.
It is now.
It's an octo shot.
An octo shot? Oh, I love that. That's beautiful. We're going to have a lot of fun with that. And, let's see. We've got some great people playing that. Ashley's going to be there. Udahime is going to be there. Lamar the Con guy is going to be there. I'm going to be there. It's going to be super fun. You guys are going to have a blast. And our good friend Ty created the damn thing. So if you want to go check out what Ty has created, you can connect with Ty on Twitter or go to adventureslang.com and learn a little bit about Nhyre before we dive into it. We are very excited about that. And we're also very excited. And I'm going to let Christian fill you in on what's happening on Thursday. So Christian, tell us a little bit about the Shade song that you have in store for us on Thursday.
Yeah, so on Thursday we got a special Shade song. It's a bit of an interlude to the main storyline. It's finishing right now in the 2 more episodes. We stacked killer cast for this one. We have Kayla, Time Lord's wife, who's in this one. We have Rebecca Hare from Roll Together and Guy Clark. All extremely good players. The game was fantastic. There were tears, there was laughing, there was all sorts of stuff. It's definitely one of the best ones we've done this year. But check it out on Thursday. A lot of good little surprises and reveals in there. And literally it was one of the best games that we've done all year. So definitely worth checking out on Thursday night at 7 Central, 8 Eastern.
You definitely have to check it out. And it'll be
Sunday,
super fun.
Sunday, the Blade Runner.
Tell us.
The Blade Runner. We got session number 7 of our Octo Shot of Blade Runner. We're going to do 2 Blade Runners in a row to finish it off. And really the wheels have come off now, and it's just sort of going crazy with the reveals and all the secrets sort of spilling out. And
Nice.
It's going to be pretty intense last 2 sessions. Come on in and join us with that one. That one's at 5 CT, 6 Eastern.
If you guys want to learn more about sort of all of our scheduling, we encourage you to hang out and connect with us on the Twitters. That's usually where we post announcements and updates on our stuff. And then, of course, I've been joking a lot, but I do really encourage you to join us over at our Discord. If I can find the damn thing, there it is. Our Discord, we have a lot of fun people over there hanging out, talking about TTRPGs and nerdy stuff. We're going to be doing yoga, like Ashley mentioned. We've got our December yoga challenge coming up. And so, yeah, come on over and check us out and connect with us. We'd love to see you. In the meantime, my friends, we are going to raid our good friends over at the Hero Club. And just so everybody knows, before we raid in, they have alerted us that their channel is intended for mature audiences. So if that intrigues you, because it certainly intrigues the F word out of me.
Ooh, swear words.
Is it going to be a moist channel?
That you can't say that anymore.
Settle down.
Yeah.
Settle
All right,
down.
you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We really, really appreciate your support and everything. If you're not following us, please follow us. If you're following us and you want to give us some extra support, please check out a subscription. You can do Prime subs and all that good stuff. We're so happy that you were hanging out with us. We're going to raid. So take care. We'll see you tomorrow for Nhyre. Bye.